not much green out there. They got the yellow pants and a pretty solid yellow helmet. Over the years, they've had some green pants. And I don't think they do the old winged helmet anymore. I think they use the like Rambler.
They lost that when they went to spread this year. They changed up a few things.
We were going to hit that next, but McBain's changed up a few things, and we'll get to that. But they have a logo, I think, that's pretty similar to the Detroit Red Wings. And if you can't tell, take you behind the curtain a little, I am vamping a little because everybody is looking like they are ready for the national anthem. And I think we're going to have it very shortly, and I don't want to be the bad hot potato announcer and throw a question to Stephen Hano and then have to cut him off. So I am kind of vamping, but it looks like we are taking our sweet time getting going here. This is going to be, for not criticizing anybody, this is going to be one of the more anticipated national anthems of the year because both.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lake City High School welcomes you to tonight's homecoming 2023 contest between the Ramblers of McBain and your Lake City Trojans.
There you can hear the crowd in the background. The marching band is out in their traditional.
At this time, we ask everyone please rise, remove your hats, and honor our nation as the Trojan Marching Band plays our national anthem.
If I haven't said it yet, it's homecoming, and so we've got a ton of emotion and a ton of pomp and circumstance here tonight. Here is the national anthem on the all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT. And so let's get to the game at hand tonight. It's actually the high school band just did a wonderful job on the national anthem. I talk often about being a little bit of an outlier.
All right, let's have a big round of applause and welcome our opponents for tonight's contest, the Ramblers of McBain.
I'm playing possum a little when I say that.
Ramblers are coached by Pat Maloney, assisted by Mark Monaco, Eric Culp, Cliff Hartsock, and Ryan Pace.
Despite not living in either community, I used to teach in McBain. Taught there for about
and now, everybody on your feet, and let's hear it for your Lake City Trojans!
This rivalry has been kind of marked by
at quarterback, number 1, Darren Kunkel.
Heitzman's on the line.
At wide receiver, number 2, Ian McLeod.
McBain was going to go to the spread. I think you and I.
At running back, number 8, Teague Helsel.
Week 5, we're in week 6.
And we saw it.
At wide receiver, number 9, Cole McGinnis.
As a coach, how do you prepare your team?
At tight end, number 12, Blake Brown.
Football forever.
At running back, number 33, Tevin Miller. At guard, number 55, Caden McGinnis. At tackle, number 51, Curtis Miles. At guard, number 65, Caleb Phillips. At center, number 67, Tyler Brown.
Too much time on our opponents.
And at tackle, number 72, Trevin Knuth. The Trojans are coached by Kyle Smith and assisted by Don Dutton, Sean Cole, Jacob Ball, and our athletic trainer is Kristen Hogan. Your officials for tonight's contest are Rick Welzine, umpire Tony Biskup, back judge Kurt Boleen, line judge Devin Boleen, and head linesman Rick Gleistetter. These officials are registered by Michigan High School Athletic Association and hired by the Highland Conference and Lake City area schools to help the athletes learn on the field. We ask that you, the spectators, fans, players, and coaches, respect their honest efforts in administering tonight's contest.
Oh, you know, Coach Mahoney was preaching to him. Remember what happened last year. Remember what happened last year. And I'm not.
Got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know?
Off to the McBain Ramblers. It's a short kick. I believe it's fielded by Pena Perez.
Fumble.
Fumble
Our
by
ball.
Pena
Lake
Perez.
City's
Looks
ball.
like Lake City's got it.
Sorry.
So we do not apologize
That's
for
a
bringing
good
a
start.
little
That's a
emotion
good
on the
start.
radio.
There we go. There we go.
We got coaches out on the field. They're happy. The players are happy.
Number 55. He's 55.
McGinnis.
Caden McGinnis. I don't know who made the big hit, but that was a great hit, and that's our ball. That's what we need to start out with.
And hats off to Caden McGinnis, who left the field, if you were listening last week, left the field against Field City in quite a heap. Was pretty banged up. Didn't know if we'd see him this week, and we have seen him already. So the senior lineman picks up the fumble, and Lake City will have the ball. The officials have a conference here. I don't think they can overturn it.
They can't.
But there's definitely some confusion going on. Coach Maloney is 10 yards out on the field, and you're going to see a riot if they overturn this.
If they overturn this, it'd be like Green Bay getting to have a play with no time left on the clock in the third quarter last night.
And this is an auspicious officials huddle. McBain sent a different group of players on. Lake City has not made any type of adjustment yet.
Our offense is on the field, and McBain's defense is on the field.
And they're going to go talk to Coach Maloney. I have not seen any signal.
Are they going to make us re-kick this?
I think they are.
Okay, folks at home, I've never seen this before, so I can't explain it to you.
We did not see a flag. And no other way to say it. We don't. Are you kidding me? Did Jeff Hinkson just say an inadvertent whistle?
Well, then if it's an inadvertent whistle, it should be McBain's ball where the fumble was recovered, not a re-kick.
So,
here we go again.
Here we go. Lake City had momentum stolen from him once already. If McBain were to fumble again, I think Coach Maloney would pull his hair out. And this is going to be a disaster because Lake City's going to kick it out of bounds. So McBain's going to go from giving Lake City the ball on about the 40-yard line to having the ball in very good field position. So if you're...
I do not understand it. I will find out at halftime what that call was.
If you are Lake City head coach Kyle Smith, you are really trying to coach your guys up quickly because they had all the momentum. As we said, we had coaches on the field. People were slapping helmets. I mean, it was as much energy and momentum as you could imagine. And Coach Maloney, if I get in trouble with the law tonight, I think I'll give him a call on the way home. He lobbied and got that inadvertent whistle. And McBain has the ball, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, which honestly isn't that bad. That's about where the ball went out of bounds.
But it would have been our ball.
Yes, that's true. Rodenbaugh in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Bryce Acom, and Acom's got a lot of room to run. He's going to go up the middle. He's got about 30 yards, runs into his own player, and McBain is into Lake City territory.
Nothing tricky there. Just block down, kick out, outside zone.
And the only thing that was tricky or unusual about it is, once again, it came out of the spread look, the one-back spread look. The quarterback for McBain is Benjamin Rodenbaugh. He's one of their better basketball players. And he's only a junior. Pretty much all their contributors are juniors, so it's a very young team. But pretty much all night it's going to be Rodenbaugh in the shotgun, Acom next to him. Looks like 2 wide and like a little bit of a slot back off to the side. Hand off to Acom, and Acom's got a lot of room up the middle. McGinnis gets the tackle. I think we're going to have another McBain first down. And there we are, first time of the night. We got players pointing at each other, thinking about late hits. And
oh, it's going to get chippy.
The officials let them play on. I think they did not get them the first down. It's going to be second and pretty short.
Right now, that offensive line of McBain is just controlling our defensive line.
Both of those plays have 2 pretty big holes.
And they're getting to the second level and getting to our linebackers, and we cannot afford that.
So 2nd and 2 with 10:58. Rodenbaugh in the shotgun. And thought he was going to keep it. It's a good fake. Acom goes out to the right side, breaks a tackle, and we're going to get a late flag. I think they're going to get a like a horse collar, but the back judge threw something too. That'd be a strange call to come from the back judge 20 yards away, but we've already seen some strange things tonight. We'll see what the officials come up with. The official's only talking to that one official. Now they're going to conference.
It's going to be a horse collar.
Yeah, they're going to give him 15 yards. Face mask, or I don't know if that's the same signal in high school. But McBain's going to have excellent field position now, or that's a first down and then some. 10:42. It's probably, it might even be first and goal. We'll see where they mark it off. They're continuing to walk. It's not going to be first and goal. It's going to be a first and 10 from about the 11. 10:42.
First and 10 on the 13-yard.
McBain's got to run about 20 yards to get up to the ball. And we're ready to go here. So outside of that opening momentum that was nullified by, we're still not sure what, it's been all McBain. Rodenbaugh gets tripped up.
Good job. 33, Tevin Miller coming in from his outside linebacker position, pulling that C gap and getting his hands on that kid's ankle. Good job.
That was a good job by Miller because, once again, looked like there was some pretty good penetration there from the offensive line. Rodenbaugh might have had some room to run. They're only going to give him 2.
Yeah, our big boys up front got to get off the ball. Right now, McBain's controlling the line scrimmage, and we're going backwards. Those red hats got to go forward.
10-10, 2nd and 8. Once again, McBain can get a first down inside of the 2-yard line. Rodenbaugh takes a snap, gives it to Acom. He's got some room, maybe 4 or 5. Body's flying a little after the whistle. Again, that'll be an interesting thing to watch tonight when the officials decide to throw the flag.
But that's not a good thing because that's 75, our defensive tackle, 5 yards downfield, getting pancaked. So we got to step it up a little bit on that defensive line.
Waiting for the mark off here. It always gets interesting when you get down that close. The depth perception plays with you. They're going to call it 3rd and 4. So defense has been pretty stout on these first 2 downs, but it's definitely 4-down territory. So we'll see if they can push McBain back just a little. Maybe force a turnover. Snap, handoff to Acom. He's got some room. Might have a first down. If he doesn't, it's going to be extremely short.
Yeah, going to be
First and goal
from the 1-yard line.
So Lake City's going to have some. We've seen some crazy stuff happen in this game, in this rivalry, this season. Not going to call it over yet, but McBain continues to fall forward a few yards every time. See if the defense can bow up and keep them out of the end zone. A little confusion on the McBain offensive line. You don't often see that.
They're unbalanced. They got 6 guys to the right, and they ran left.
And Rodenbaugh, that's a good call by Stephen Hanel. That's exactly what they were doing. A little bit of, didn't look like a trick play, but it was kind of a trick play. They overloaded to the right, ran to the left. Rodenbaugh takes it in. Call it a 6-inch touchdown run for Benjamin Rodenbaugh. And with 8:44 to go, McBain has a 6-0 lead. They're not messing around at all. No new personnel. I think they're going to go for 2. Sometimes you see teams regroup, slap high fives. McBain, that's the quickest I think I've ever seen somebody get back in the huddle after scoring. Rodenbaugh takes it up the middle. Not basically touched. Into the end zone. So with 8:44 to go, the score is going to be McBain 8, Lake City nothing. So Lake City was dealt kind of a bad, peculiar hand.
I still don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure it out in my mind as we sit here and talk.
Good job of talking in the pregame show. We mentioned McBain is, for one of the first times in our memory, running a traditional spread. They did not score a lot of points to start this year. Their first 2 or 3 games, 7, 21, barely scored any points against Manton. And they've been clicking on all cylinders the last 2 weeks, and they're clicking early in this game with an 8-0 lead. Acom kicks it off. It's going to be fielded. And there's going to be some room. If they can get a block here, this could be something. Somebody from McBain comes in and gets a big tackle.
It's freshman Tristan Silvers with a good return.
Yeah.
Tristan Silvers with return up close to the
Good
30-yard
return by
line.
Silvers. He was tackled by, I believe, Jaeger Corliss. That's the number I'm going to go with there. But decent field position for Lake City. Not as good as what McBain had on the 35, but just about. Can be out to the 30-yard line. And we'll see if Darren Kunkel, the Lake City offense, can answer McBain. And not because I just want to see a good game and not because I want to see Lake City do well. I'm kind of feeling what Stephen Hanel is calling out, too. I think this has a potential to be a little bit of a shootout. I was going to mention this, Stephen. Lake City lines up in 2 backs. And I wonder how often we're going to see that because the first play went for absolutely nothing.
Not often.
Jonathan Sycamore came in and knocked, I believe it was Tavin Miller, for a loss. I saw a lot of that in the pregame, a 2-back, like a T, which we hardly ever see from Lake City. So the teams are kind of switching spots. Now Lake City was a little bit of a T. I also saw a few plays where Darren Kunkel was almost like split out wide. So I wonder if Coach Smith is switching things up a little bit, but hopefully not too much because we're looking at a 1st and 13. They do come back in the 2-back set. Lake City crowds the line, or McBain, has a ton of people up on the line of scrimmage. Kunkel keeps the ball.
Dive option, 2-back dive option.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could probably explain it better than me. I think it was a read option. It was what Lake City usually does, just out of a different look. And Kunkel picks up 5, but once again, they lost 3 on the first one. So we got an important 3rd and 8.
2 plays under center.
So we'll see. I think they are going to go back to the spread, but with 2 backs, this offset back look, 2 backs to the left of Kunkel. Kunkel takes the snap. He's going to run. Not much room. He's going to have to do it himself. Gets the corner, but I don't believe he gets the first down.
About 4 yards short.
He's going to give Coach Smith an interesting decision. He's a gambler. He's out on the field. I think he wants to see where they spot this because I know he's probably thinking of it. If they've spotted it where I think they do, I don't think he's got a choice. I think they're going to call Kunkel out a lot further out of bounds than we originally thought. They're going to call it a 4th and 5, so they're going to say he only got 3 yards. And I think Lake City's going to punt it away. I don't even, I think that's a long 5. Trying to draw him off sides, I don't know would really even do much for him. McBain sending back a returner deep, or late, but not very deep. I think they're waiting to see if Lake City's going to
good punt by Silvers.
Do a little trick. Silvers gets it away. The ball is mishandled.
They better not blow a whistle on this one.
And Lake City does have it. And I believe that is Darius Pena-Perez. Hate to call out a kid, but it's the same person who fumbled the kickoff.
And the same person that recovered it. McGinnis.
Hayden McGinnis, and there was no way to blow that one dead. It was peculiar. It bounced around for probably 5 or 6 seconds before Lake City finally fell on it. I'll be honest with you. McGinnis probably could have picked it up and took it to the house.
Yep.
Because there was nobody near him. Probably a smart decision by Katie McGinnis. But once again, I apologize if I do not sound excited. I'm kind of waiting to make sure that nothing crazy happens. But Lake City has got the ball and some momentum on the 34-yard line off of the muffed punt. Little jet sweep to McGinnis. He's got some room. Once again, this McBain defense looks fast.
Yeah, they're coming up. Those safeties are coming up, so don't be surprised we get a little play-action pass here in a little bit.
Yeah, I got excited. It looked like there was room for McGinnis, but the outside linebacker, the safety, some of these coming up fast.
Yeah, they're
and closing up these holes.
They're stacking the box right now, and the safety is running the alleys.
So it's only a gain of 1. It looked like more, but a 2nd and 9 from the 33-yard line. 6:42, and the clock continuing to run. 2 backs next to Kunkel, off to the right. An unusual set. Kunkel's going to keep it. Not much room. Not much doing. That's once again Jaeger Corliss who comes in.
And Kunkel with a short gain on the play.
And we're going to have a 3rd and pretty long here once again. At least we're probably at 4-down territory. But with 6:19, I don't know if Kunkel got anything. To be honest with you, it might have been a loss.
Nope, he didn't get anything right now. We're just getting beat up on the offense and defensive line. We'll get it figured out. Coach Paul, he'll talk to his linemen. He'll get them fired up. They'll get off the ball here in a little bit.
Coach Smith is going to send on Root. And I would watch out. For Kunkel wide. I think we are going to get that. They're going to put Kunkel wide.
Wide receiver.
Robbie Root, the sophomore, is going to come in. I saw a little bit of this in warm-ups. This will be curious. Robbie Root's going to take the snap. Kunkel's out wide. Root's going to try to tuck it. Doesn't have a lot of room, and he's going to be dropped for a big loss.
That's just a good coverage sack. Everybody was covered. He was rolling out, trying to buy time, but good job by him by not just letting it go and throwing an interception. So,
and I'll be honest with you, that was such a big loss. You have to think about maybe punting. Lake City's all the way back on the McBain 46-yard line, 41-yard line. I think Coach Smith's going to go for it.
4th and 16.
So this play's going to come under 5 minutes. I think is going to be the quarterback once again. And the official's already got his hand up. Lake City's going to have a hard time getting this play off. Fans are getting a little restless. Root's going to roll out to the right. Pursued. Good pass. I don't know if it's enough for a first down.
No, but a good job by that sophomore quarterback rolling out, feeling a little pressure on his left hand backside. Had a good play there.
So Robbie Root, the good news is Robbie Root finds Lane McLeod for a decent gain.
It was a 12-yard gain.
Would have been good if normal down and distance, but it was 4th and 16. So McBain gets the ball on the 29-yard line. Turnover on downs. Some stuff that Lake City can build upon. You'd like to see some points up on the board, but the defense has really got to stand up strong here with 4:42 to go and try and keep McBain out of the end zone. You don't want to go down 2 scores. 2 wide to the right. First time we've seen that look for McBain. Still in the spread. Hand off to Acom, and Acom loses it. I think he fell right on it. No doubt on that. But a nice loss, and it was definitely a fumble, but there were 2 red hats in there.
Bounced right back up into his hands.
So, but I would still say, even though that's an unforced error, I guess you could say McBain, that was good defense by Lake City.
Yeah, we have
even
2
if
hats
Acom,
in there.
Even if Acom gets it, he's not going to go for much if they're able to get the tackle.
Coach Duddles has changed up the defense. He was in a 4 front to start. Now he's in a 5 front. For another loss, so great job.
As play-by-play guys, we kind of have to anticipate what happens, and I was getting ready to say Rodenbaugh's going to tuck it and run for a positive gain because there was a lot of room out there, but McGinnis came out of nowhere and got him with a shoestring tackle, his second huge play defensively to set up a 3rd and 16. I would not say, especially with the lead, that this is 4-down territory for McBain.
Nope, and we just brought off one of our linemen and brought in another extra secondary person, so now we're in a 4-2, but we got an extra secondary guy. So Coach Duddles is mixing it up on defense now.
And Rodenbaugh's going to keep it, goes up the gut. He's got a lot of room. It's going to be
get
close.
The first down.
And that's a little demoralizing. No other way to slice it.
No, you're absolutely right. 3rd down and 16, and we give up a first down on an off-tackle run.
From the quarterback, nonetheless. No real trickeration. Just Rodenbaugh running off the right.
Yep.
And they even had a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it. They had a chance to get him down just before the sticks, but he lowered his shoulder and got those few extra yards.
If we go to that 4 front, we're going to see McBain run the ball, and that's what we were in. So don't be surprised if Coach Duddle stays in the 5 now and forces them to start passing the ball.
So 1st and 10, not in Lake City territory. 41-yard line of McBain. Hand off to Acom. Acom's going to be stopped for just a little, maybe 2 or 3. Good defense. Once again, I think Stephen Hale's doing a good job of calling out the chess game for you. With Lake City switching back and forth from that 4 to that 5-man front. When they go to that 5-man front, there does not look like a lot of room to run, and that's exactly what happened there. They're going to make them 4. 2nd and 6. Be under 2 minutes in the first quarter by the time this ball is snapped. Bain's running spread, but as you can probably tell from the dead air, they still take their sweet time getting the playoff. Rodenbaugh hands it to Acom. It's going to be some room.
Good job.
Good defense. The hole closed up pretty quick.
On that play right there, they pulled their backside tackle on their backside guard. Their linebacker stepped up and split both of those guys and made the tackle, so good job.
So a 3rd and 4 from the 47-yard line. It's right in the center of the field, so kind of neutral on whether or not it'd be 4-down territory. I think McBain would punt it if they were to lose yards. If they were to gain yards, I bet they'd go for it. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Ball is snapped. Rodenbach keeps it. Cuts up. They got it once again. Same play. They got a hat on him right before the sticks. Then he has this little spin move that he does to get an extra 2 or 3 and another McBain first down into Lake City territory.
The McBain runners are doing a good job. They're falling forward. That's what you want out of your running back and your quarterback. Fall forward.
So first down for McBain into Lake City territory on the 48-yard line. So this looks like the McBain that we've seen over the years.
They're in spread, but they're pounding the ball.
But yeah, just little 3-4 yard here and there. Little jet sweep look.
Good job by our corner turning that back into McGinnis, and McGinnis made a great play. And we're going to have a holding
We're
call
gonna
on
have a
McBain.
hold too. Yep. So once again, a lot going on there. Unpack it quickly. They ran a jet sweep. First time we've seen that. Didn't get a number on that. Not much doing. Lake City closes up pretty quickly, but there was also a flag, and I believe it's a hold. And so this is going to push McBain back. Stops the clock with 25 seconds. So Dino,
And
if you're listening,
spot foul.
yeah, it's a spot foul, so that's going to move back quite a bit. So I would not be surprised if this will be the last play of the quarter. We'll see where they mark it off.
It's going to be a 10-yard. So they're going to mark it off right from the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 20. The flag was right on the original line of scrimmage.
So they do indicate a hold. I was waiting to see maybe if it was 15, a chop block or crack block.
Crackback block.
A dirty block. How's that?
There you go. I like that even. That's even better.
I won't try that word again tonight. And they're going to wind it, so we might not see a play. We'll see if McBain runs one. But once again, with 18 seconds to go, the score is McBain 8, Lake City 0. I think McBain's going to run it. Or they're going to run a play, excuse me. Rodenbaugh waits for the snap.
This is what
He's
we
gonna
want them
pass
to
it.
do.
And he's got
That's
him
what we
man,
need to
but-
force them to do. Pass the ball.
and,
He's not comfortable doing that, and we got the speed to run with their wide receivers. So we got to pack the box and force McBain to throw the ball.
And I would say from first glance, looking at it for the first time, that's not what McBain wants to do. Not criticizing the quarterback, but didn't look like a team that's thrown the ball a lot. Or it was just well defended by Lake City. There wasn't much doing on that.
Yeah, when you're a defensive coordinator, the first thing you're taught as a good defensive coordinator is take away what they do best. Make them do something they don't like to do.
So on 2nd and 20, this will be the last play of the first quarter. Barring a penalty, and we've seen some strange stuff tonight. Rodenbaugh waits to snap. He's going to run it.
Perfect.
He's got nothing doing.
We're in that 5 front. Good job by Coach Duddles making that adjustment after that one big drive. We were in the 4 front. They went right down, and they just outmanned us on the line of scrimmage, but he made that adjustment. We're in the 5 front now. They're not having these good. They're not making. It's not easy for them to get down the field or get some yards on the run game, and now we're going to force them to pass. So great adjustment by that Lake City coaching staff.
So the other half of this 1-minute break, we're going to have the second quarter, and the McBain defense, or the Lake City defense, has strung together some big things. They're going to have a 3rd and 25 on the first play of the third quarter. This is a 1-minute break here on the exclusive home for Lake City Trojan football, the all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT.
Good adjustment. Going from the 4 to the 5. Oh, Coach Kent. First game he's been back to since he's shooting T-shirts out of a gun. So you have to mention it.
Probably to keep himself from going crazy.
Yep.
Oh boy. Welcome back, Trojan Nation. And if you can hear the applause as we come back in, your Lake City Trojans just knocked down a promising pass to Darius Pena Perez. It was a long pass, double team coverage, knocked the ball away. Darius Pena Perez runs about 6'4". I didn't get any numbers on that, but that was some good defense by the Trojans.
Yeah,
Probably going to force McBain to punt.
Yeah, we had Ian McLeod running stripe for stripe with him, but you said he's 6'4". Ian's probably 5'8". But Kunkel is playing in the middle of the field like a center fielder, and he broke on that ball and went up and knocked it down. And great job, man. We're forcing them to pass the ball. They are not comfortable doing that. We take the run away, we're going to be okay.
So the second play of the second quarter is going to be a McBain punt.
And that fumbled snap, let's take advantage of this. We've been down here now.
The
Come on,
punter
offense.
mishandles it and gets tackled by Lake City, so it's going to go in the scorebook as I turn over on down. Lake City gets the ball on about the 28-yard line.
We got to take advantage of this.
And could not ask for any better way to start the second quarter. Lake City in business, no punt. The punt was mishandled. And Darren Kunkel and the Lake City offense is going to come out on, they're going to mark it on the 30-yard line. Let's see if Lake City can punch it in and get some positive stuff moving on offense.
Let's see if Coach Smith spreads them out a little bit and starts using their speed. He tried the two-back stuff earlier. See if he spreads it out. Yep.
I think we are going to get back to the spread. There's a little bit of confusion. Sean Fox ran on late. And Kunkel's going to run up the middle. He's got some room, but not much doing. The middle of that defense is stout. And we'll try and get some numbers on there.
We're
I think
going
we
to have
got
a late flag.
See who it goes on. Kind of figured those would start coming with this
It's
run.
going to be on our quarterback.
Are they mad at him for not giving the ball back? If officials have their hands out, I don't. That's a sideline warning, isn't it? They're moving him back. Isn't that a warning?
That is a warning call, not a penalty call.
So maybe out of habit, Lake City has started walking backwards. They don't need to. Unless they
They're going to call on sportsmanlike
call
conduct.
it sportsmanlike conduct. So
That official needs to go get his hand signals figured out because that's not what he called.
and like I said, if I had to bet, I think they called it on Darren Kunkel.
Yeah, for just carrying the ball.
So that positive field position is going to kind of go for naught. Lake City's going to be well behind the sticks now. 11:35.
Second and 20.
I think it might be even further. I don't have it up on the board. Second and 20-something. Kunkel takes the snap in the shotgun. He's going to put it up. Finds a man, but once again, I think it was caught, but
Blake Brown, number 12.
gain of about maybe 4 at the most. It's going to set up I believe, a 3rd and 18. I think this is 4-down territory. Once again, 10, 15, almost 20. The board says 3rd and 22. I think that's a little rich. With 11:03 to go. Once again, the downside of a sportsmanlike, it doesn't nullify the down, so it's a 3rd and 18. So my guess was right. In a man in motion. Snap goes to Kunkel. He's going to run off the
Great blocks.
right side. He's got
Great
some room.
blocks. Great blocks.
Cups it upfield.
That's a good job by our offensive line. That's a good job by Blake Brown coming in motion and sealing the edge, and both of our wide receivers did a tremendous job stalk blocking. So good job by that line this time.
We don't say this often. That's going to make it a 4th and manageable. Kunkel did not pick up the first down. He got about 13 yards on it. And we're going to have a 4th and 5. And Coach Smith's going to bring Blake Root back into the game. Robbie Root, excuse me. And they're going to split out Kunkel wide.
Don't be surprised to see a double pass here.
I was going to say, I would think it's not going to be just a traditional play. Root takes the snap. He's going to put it up.
He's got
He's
Kunkel.
looking for Kunkel.
He's got it. What a catch. And he's got pass
Signal
interference.
is good.
He caught that.
Touchdown, Darren Kunkel. Flag on the play.
What a
Makes
catch.
it a
What a catch. Can't explain it, but he was in the air.
I want to make sure it's not offensive pass interference.
Oh no,
with
it's a
this
touchdown.
officiating
He
crew.
already asked the official, and the official signaled touchdown.
So here
But
comes.
what a pass by the sophomore quarterback.
Yep.
What a
Once again,
pass.
that's called. We wondered if it be a double pass. That's called. We've got Darren Kunkel and you don't. We're
Yeah.
gonna put him out wide and make him go make a play.
What
Robbie
a catch.
Root found him.
And what a
I don't know
pass.
how he caught it. I think Steven did a good job of saying it. I don't know how to describe it. Looked like he was double coverage. And
Just
Kunkel
went up
just
and
went
got
up and got it.
And a good job by that offensive line. Had no pressure on him, so great job.
So with 9:56 to go in the second quarter, the score is now 8-6. Root is going to stay in at quarterback. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right, and he gets engulfed. There was not much doing. I think somebody missed a block over there,
Yeah,
or he ran the wrong way. 'Cause
it's okay. It's a good answer, and I'll tell you what, we have a wrinkle in our offense right now that I guarantee you McBain did not prepare for
Yep.
because we have not seen Kunkel at the wide receiver
All year.
in 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years.
So now their defensive coordinator's got to go, what am I going to do?
Yep. And
So-
as you said, they still haven't really run. The nice thing about that formation is we're calling for it, your hometown announcers. They haven't run any trick plays out of it.
No.
It's been just
There's
runs,
gonna be one. There's
screens. And so, like you said, that adds a little bit of a wrinkle to that, too. You put Kunkel out wide, you bring in Root, you run a trick play. Defensive coordinator goes, okay, that's just a one-time look.
Nope.
Now he has to consider, what are they going to do out of this? Are we going to run a jet sweep to Darren Kunkel and have him throw it?
Oh, yeah.
That's something they have to consider. But with 9:56 to go,
Good
McBain
answer.
still has the lead. It's a good answer by Lake City. McBain has the lead by a score of 8-6. But the story here early on in this second quarter is this new, unique, unusual look where Robbie Root, who is a sophomore, who's been injured for most of the year.
Yeah, he had a blood clot in his right calf and just got cleared last week.
So once again, kind of the courage award for him for coming out and playing. And I think Lake City, unfortunately, is just going to yank it out of bounds again. I don't know if they're trying to do something tricky there.
That's
Or-
a freshman kicker,
Yeah.
so that's Tristan Silvers. And he'll
Because
get it
honestly,
figured out.
having McBain do something on special teams has been a good thing for Lake City tonight. We've seen 2 fumbles and
And,
1 mishandled punt.
Right.
So I think whoever's running the special teams down there for Lake City is going to get in Silver's ear a little bit and say, hey, let's keep it inside the lines and force McBain to make a play, because that's been going pretty well for us. So out on the 35-yard line, McBain will start their drive. 1 score apiece. McBain leads, though, by the score of 8-6.
Coach Duddles has got him in that 5 front.
I think we're going
With-
to see a lot of that.
2 outside linebackers, and Teague Heltzel is stuck home alone playing that middle backer. He's the only one in the middle of the field.
So Rodenbaugh waiting the snap. Hands it off to Acom. Acom's got a lot of blockers and a decent amount of room. Big hit.
Good job by Kunkel and Heltzel. Kunkel
Kunkel
coming
and
up
Helsel.
from that safety, and Teague Heltzel scraping down line scrimmage.
But probably gained about 7
Yep.
or 8. So Bain got what they wanted on that first down play. That's a 2nd and 2. Still in their own side of the field. 9.5 minutes to go. Bain's going to go back to the traditional spread. 2 wide to each side. 1 swing back. Or slot back,
There's
I
a
guess.
fumbled snap.
Low snap. And once
Good
again,
job, good
be
job.
as kind to our hometown defense as we can.
That
Sounds
quarter-
bad. Sounds like a fumbled snap. There were red hats everywhere.
Yeah, that
that wasn't
quarter-
going to go for much, even if it was cleanly handled.
Absolutely correct, and that quarterback is very lucky because Tyler Brown was in the backfield, and if he picks that up, he's not going to lay on it. He's going to pick it up live.
We're expecting to be joined. You mentioned Tyler Brown for the first time tonight. I believe on this probably extended
Yeah, it's good.
halftime show tonight, because we got homecoming. Gretchen Brown's going to be joining us for our halftime parent interview. But 8:43, 3rd and 3. It's a long 3. Rodenbaugh's going to keep it. He's going to get the
Ball
first down.
forward. We're right there, but we got to push him backwards. Don't let him fall forward.
And I think they even fell forward a little. That 3rd and 4 kind of confused me. They might have gotten yards even on that fumble somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But the first down for the McBain Ramblers. 1st and 10. I'm not doing a great job on our sponsors tonight. We've had a few Classic Chevrolet kickoffs. All road leads to Classic. And we haven't had many Fox Motors first down because it's been a lot of big plays. But we thank our sponsors. Fox Motors and Cadillac, only the best. Thank Lake City Family Pharmacy, who sponsors our stream. Lake City Family Pharmacy, serving you on a personal level. We're under 8 minutes to go. The score is McBain 8, Lake City 6, 1st and 10.
We're blitzing.
Here's a blitz pitch out to Acom, and man, just falling forward. They had him dead to right, 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and that was very short. Probably only runs about 5'7", 5'8". The running back from McBain fell about 3 or 4 yards forward. A negative play gets turned into a small positive play. 2nd and 7 for the Ramblers. And it still is a little jarring to see McBain running spread. See the shotgun, that was a unique kind of a jet sweep trickeration type look to Acom. 2nd and 7, Rodenbaugh in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to Acom.
There's Tyler Brown.
And there is
There
a
he
hit.
is.
And
Tyler
there
Brown
is
will
a-
not get the tackle on that, but he could have took the hand up, and he spun it back around, and everybody else joined in on it. But that's a good job by Tyler.
Yeah, that was Nice to see McBain knocked for a little bit of a loss. Could have been even more, as Steven said, if Tyler could have got it himself, but he definitely blew it up. Got a little help from his friends, and we're going to have a 3rd and 8 with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. This is a big play for the Lake City defense. If they can knock him for nothing, I would not be surprised if McBain would punt.
Watch for a screen.
Yeah. I think he's going to tell Rodenbaugh to do it. That's been kind of their conversion play tonight.
Well, we're in a run defense right now.
And a low snap. Rodenbaugh rolls out to his right. Puts
Got
it
hammered.
up.
Picked off by Darren
Is it
Kunkel.
picked off?
Yes, it is. There we
Wait for the
go.
signal. There
Yep.
was
He did a great job, too.
Ball.
Coach Duddles rolled the dice right there. You talked about
Ball
Coach
blitz.
Smith. He went on he brought his safety up, pulled McGinnis off the edge, left Darren Kunkel back there one-on-one all by himself, and McGinnis makes a hit. Kunkel makes the interception, and Rodenbaugh's holding his left hand.
Yep. And it goes in the, I'm not going to take anything away from Lake City. I think I'm a good hometown announcer. Interception's a big momentum turner. I think Rodenbaugh was like, I'm going to see if, I mean, it's basically a punt.
Right.
Lake City's got the ball on the 34-yard line, so it's not a pick six type interception, but it's definitely a momentum building interception. I think we got Root back at quarterback.
Yeah, Kunkel's a wide receiver again.
So now 4 wide, 2 to each side. Root at the quarterback position.
There's your jet sweep.
And here comes the jet sweep. It's not a lot of room, but
Yes,
there's a
there
lot of Darren
is.
Kunkel.
There we go.
And Kunkel knocks over a McBain defender.
And that's, you said there's not a lot of room.
There was.
It was sealed. And the only reason there was a lot of room is Cole McGinnis locked up his defensive back, and all you got to do is give Kunkel a crease. And when he gets that crease, look out.
And that is a Fox Motors of Cadillac first down.
McBain is not prepared. Well,
Who would
they
be?
shouldn't be.
There hasn't been anything on the camera.
That's perfect.
So, once again, we figured we would see a jet sweep to Darren Kunkel. We did. And so with 5:55 to go, he goes out of bounds on the Fox Motors first down. This might be our look for the night. Root's still in at quarterback. This might be a big turning point in the Lake City season. Here comes a blitz. They're going to try and make the sophomore
Good job,
do
Robbie.
something.
Good job.
Robbie
Good
Root
job.
rolls out.
Good. Excellent.
Throws it kind of away.
Didn't get flustered.
Yep.
Didn't take the sack. Got rid of the ball. Play another down.
Second down.
So it's going to be a 2nd and down. Still in Lake City territory from the 45-yard line. But once again, looks like Root's going to come off now. Or unless that's McLeod. I think that's
Nope,
McLeod.
that's right.
That
And
is
Ian's
right.
coming out both.
So Darren Kunkel, we assume, but who knows, he'll be back at the quarterback position. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. 5:49 to go in the first half. There's going to be 2 backs. 1 to each side of Kunkel. Handoff.
Teague Heltzel.
Teague Helsel almost gets the corner, kind of gets the corner, falls forward a few yards. It's going to be a gain of probably 3 or 4. Actually, they're going to mark him out a little, very minimal, actually.
These officials are not seeing the same thing I'm seeing today.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 7. I thought he got more than 3. Probably 4 down territory with Coach Smith.
How much time left?
5:44.
Oh, yeah, it's 4 now.
Lake City will get the ball to start the second half. So ideally, coach will take a score. Any coach will take a score anytime. But if Lake City could get down, take some time off this clock, get the ball to start the second half, that would be huge. Kunkel's going to run to the right, cuts it up the middle.
Perfect call.
He's going to get the first
He's
down.
got it. McBain ran a blitz to the inside, and Coach Smith, a little chest game here. He went to the outside. Perfect.
And Kunkel found that 5th gear.
Yep. Lost that ball, though.
And he needed that extra last little inch or 2, kept those legs churning, and just got past the first down. That is a Fox Motors of Cadillac first down. Fox Motors only the best. Tavin Miller comes in for McGinnis. You got to have the Robbie Root cam on to make sure when he's going to come out. But I think we're going to have Darren Kunkel at the quarterback position.
Ian McLeod split out. Blake Brown at tight end. 2 backs in the backfield are Miller and Heltzel side by side to Kunkel.
2 backs on either side, only 1 person out wide. Handoff to
Great
Miller.
cut. Great cut.
And is that Tavin Miller?
Yes, it is.
And he keeps moving those legs. The officials have not blown it dead. Probably a gain about 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 if they give him some forward progress.
That's a good vision by Tavin Miller
Yep.
because that play was supposed to bounce outside and he cut it up in. So good job and good vision by that sophomore back. And then once he got hit, he didn't come down, and those boys in the yellow helmets say, oh, we better hit him a little harder next time.
They're going to give him 5, 2nd and 5, and here comes Robbie Root.
Yep.
So this will be interesting. Kunkel is going to go out wide, so Root should be the quarterback.
Seeing the formations we're going, and they're isolating Kunkel one-on-one.
And Kunkel is the only person out wide.
Yep, it's man-to-man.
It's got to be tempting for Coach Smith. We'll see what happens. They're going to put it up.
Run
Root's
it.
under heavy
Run
pressure.
it.
Take it.
Run it.
If he can get the
Atta
corner,
boy, he's
this will
got
be
it.
something.
He's got
and
good
he does
speed.
get it.
He's got good speed.
Robbie Root cuts
Yes.
it upfield. A Fox Motors a Cadillac
What
first
a
down.
great-
Lake City
good job.
into the red zone on a great play by sophomore quarterback Robbie Root.
Yeah, he's a sprinter on our track team. He's got the speed just like Kunkel, just not as fast as Kunkel, but he's got it. And there's that right leg bothering him a little bit.
He's going to limp off the field. Hopefully that's not the last we see of Robbie Root. But Stephen Hanel has forgotten more football than I know. But I know enough to know when you have everybody committing and, coming down on Darren Kunkel, if he could break contain and get off on that right side, there was going to be some room, and there was a lot of room.
Yep, and he did a good job. Good job by that sophomore.
Lake City down to the red zone. I think Root's out wide.
Nope, that's Kunkel.
that's
What's
Kunkel.
it? Quarterback. That's Tavin Miller
They
off
give
the
to
right-hand
Tavin Miller.
side.
Miller's going to try and get the corner.
There
Good
we
defense
go.
there by McBain, though.
That 4-yard game, we'll take it.
Yep.
First and 4. 4 is 12, and that's first down.
But maybe I'm being a little bit of a homer here. If he could have just broke that tackle, there might have been some room.
Oh, there was room.
And
what
a
are we
good
doing?
tackle.
What are we doing? We're not running up the middle anymore. Where are we going? Edge to edge, making
to
these
right,
big boys
exactly.
run.
So we've had a few off to the right side now. Root's going to run this play in. I wouldn't be surprised if we see now something to the left, which is now the strong side.
We're making those big boys in yellow hats run sideline to sideline, and that's going to play into it when it comes third and fourth quarter.
Tavin Miller picked up 3. 2nd and 7. Kunkel is the only person out wide. 2 backs next to Root. Root takes the snap. They're going to try
Got
and
him.
get Kunkel.
Got him.
Kunkel catches it.
We'll take it.
Almost broke Rodenbaugh's tackle. If he did, he would have went into the end zone.
It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Depending on where they spot it. Looks like a longer 3 to me. They're going to call it 3rd and 3. And so 4-down territory. Robbie Root, I think, is going to go to the sideline.
That's a good pass.
It was a good pass.
That's
a lot of
just,
velocity.
Yep, one-on-one.
It was just a simple slant.
That's all it was.
There wasn't anything.
Backyard
How much
football.
can you do with one guy out wide, really?
Yep, backyard football. Draw it in the sand. You run a slant, I'll hit you.
So 3:08 to go. I think we're going to see 2 Darren Kunkel plays here on 3rd and 3 probably. And once again, I think Coach Smith is content to let this time just click off. Kunkel's in a little bit of trouble.
No, he's
Boy, there's that little jump cut. I think he's got the first down.
He's just
Stephen
got,
Hanel shouted me down as he should have. That's a big time cut by Darren Kunkel.
this has good vision.
Yep.
It was shut down on the outside, but his backside guard and his backside tackle got to their blocks on the backside, and he just jump cut it.
Yep, and so that sets another Fox Motors and Cadillac first down. Move those chains. Fox Motors only the best. With 2:40 and a full allotment of timeouts, we have a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. That's about the worst spot that you can have a 1st and goal. But we'll see if Lake City, they got 4 plays to punch it in.
And don't be surprised if Coach takes all 2 minutes to score, so don't get anxious at home.
We'll try and do a good time with the clock for you, but once again, I think it's kind of immaterial at this point because Coach Smith wants to see it kind of run down. Kunkel keeps it. He's got a little bit of room. Cuts it out. See if he can get the corner.
He's got a lot of room. That's a touchdown.
And it is
Don't be surprised if it takes some time or they do score.
And once again, could not have said it any better. It's been a team effort, but we love the play of Darren Kunkel. And
That offensive line right there did a heck of a job in the first quarter, too. Our defensive line and our offensive line was getting manhandled. All right? So, yeah, Darren Kunkel, and other skilled players, but that defensive line and that offensive line has took a little bit of control of this game right now.
But that was a 9-yard touchdown run where Darren Kunkel had to run about 20.
Yes.
And
Yep.
he earned every inch
Oh,
of that.
he did. Not
And
going to
so
take
now,
anything away from him.
with 2:09 left to go, Lake City has a 12-8 lead. And we'll take a break after this turnover, or after this hopefully successful
2-point
conversion.
Got it.
Jailbreak screen. Oops.
Got it.
Did he get it?
Got it. Got it.
He gets it.
I see that big guy out there blocking for him, and he fought through that. Great job.
Teague Helson gets the important 2-point conversion with 2:09 to go. The score is Lake City 14, McBain 8. A 1-minute break here on the exclusive home for Lake City Trojan football. The all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT.
What an answer. What an answer. And McBain's defensive coordinator's got to be going, what is Cutler doing at wide receiver? But you know what? They're showcasing.
So Tristan Silvers, the freshman kicker, did a good job of keeping the ball in bounds. I think he's kicked it out of bounds on the other time.
I think this special team coach told him if this isn't between the lines, you're not kicking anymore.
We're giving it back to Cash Brinson, who I think has had the other one. So, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hand off to Acom. Acom's going to break it outside, and no penalty. Steven thought there was a hold on the receiver. And, it was a very slow developing play. It's a type of play that usually does draw a hold. But what it does draw is a first down for the McBain Ramblers. I believe both teams have their full allotment of timeouts.
I agree with you on
McBain is not a quick strike offense, but this is a big possession for the Lake City defense. You want to keep this momentum going into the half because once again, Lake City will get the ball to start the second half, and we want to keep McBain out of the end zone with a minute and a half to go. McBain's not going very fast. I think they're pretty confident with their timeouts. Rodenbaugh sends it to Acom. Acom's got some room. He's going to pick up 6 or 7. Once again, I think that's McBain kind of taking what's given to
Well,
him.
what they're doing right now is they are blocking down, and getting to our linebackers and pulling the guard and the tackle on the backside, and they're just outnumbering us right now. We got to have one of those guys that's not getting blocked, like a Tyler Brown or a Cash Britson. And when they get across the line of scrimmage, they're getting too much depth. They need to just step a yard across the line of scrimmage, and they'll run right into that running back. But they're getting so deep, they're causing that alley to be open.
Last year, I was fortunate enough to go because Lake City's playoff game was on a Saturday, and having seen both teams play, and it was a nice night, my son wanted to go to a game with me. I went down to McBain's first round loss last year to the Everett Wildcats. I think the thing to watch with how slow McBain is kind of going with 2 timeouts left, they just burned their first one. I wouldn't be surprised if they play it moderately conservative. That's kind of a paradox in high school. If they can get down to about that 20-yard line, I wouldn't be shocked if they kick it.
Oh, yeah.
They tried to kick it against Everett. They didn't have great success. I believe the kicker is the coach's son, Thomas Maloney. So I think that's something to watch out for. If Lake City stays in this deep kind of semi-prevent defense, McBain just might take it, not go for broke, and see if they can get into field goal position.
Reverse.
I have no idea who has the ball.
Yes, reverse. And Tyler Brown tackled the guy that had the ball to start with, but they handed it off just underneath him. He was in the backfield.
Something happened, and McBain's got a first down. And so by McBain standards, that's a little bit of a trick play.
Yeah.
And Lake City snuffed it out for minimal yardage, but McBain does get a first down. Rodenbaugh's going to roll out to his right.
There we go. There we go.
And that's an interception.
No, they cannot call pass interference on that. They're going to call us
They're
for
going to call
pass
pass interference. Garen Kunkel almost got his second interception of the night.
They're going to call pass interference or holding, but he was just running stride for stride with them.
My eyes were on the quarterback. I'll be
He was
honest
under
with you.
pressure by Tyler Brown.
Probably, I thought we might maybe get a late hit. So we got a lot of things going on here, but I think it is going to be contact, interference, hold, or something. They do give it a pass interference, 15 yards. It's going to give McBain another first down into Lake City territory. There's only 57 seconds
it's not
left.
from where the flag was thrown. It's from the line of scrimmage.
I think they're marking it off from the line of scrimmage. Maybe not. This officiating crew has given us some stuff to think about tonight, so I apologize for being a little confused. Just trying to figure out where we're at.
15-yard penalty, and you only give them 13 yards.
So we'll take it.
Yeah.
Definitely some peculiar things coming out from this officiating crew.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
First and 10 from about the 37-yard line, 34-yard line. Rodenbaugh rolls out to the right.
We're giving
Jailbreak screen, but
Great
there's
job.
nothing there.
Great job.
And a huge loss.
Kevin Miller snuffed that out from his outside linebacker position. Rolled out, looked back. He goes, oh, I can't throw it there because Kevin's standing right between me and my back. So great job by that sophomore linebacker.
Said, oh, I can't throw there. I'm going to try and make a play with my feet, and then ran about 10, 15 yards in the other direction. That penalty yardage is pretty much all for naught. We're going to have a second and extremely long.
Good.
Bain was knocking on the door of scoring position. Now they're well out of it. But we've seen some strange things happen tonight. They're going to call it a second and 23. And this pushes McBain almost all the way back to midfield. And interesting, this is kind of a coaching nightmare in a way. Like, you don't want to go too far prevent, because Lake City's showing they can get some big runs, but you also don't want to crowd up too far and let a big play go. So
we got
interesting to see what Coach Duddles does.
We got 8 guys in the box, and we're playing 3 deep. We're playing 3 deep zone with 8 guys in the box.
I think it's an empty backfield. Rodenbaugh's going to put it up. He's under pressure.
That's holding.
And that is a hold. I'm sorry.
Thank
Did they
you.
finally throw
Yes,
it?
they finally called it. They were dancing in the backfield. It's homecoming, but the dance is until tomorrow.
I never want to make it sound like I know a lot about football. I never played. I watch a lot of football. I think I'm a decent play-by-play guy. That was a hold.
They were dancing.
This guy knows what a hold is. I mean, that was, yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Steve. That was find your neighbor, find your partner, and last slow dance of the night.
Yep,
they were out there for.
Yep, he had right a hold of me, man. Wasn't letting him go.
So this could be a second and 33 now with 41 seconds left to go.
And stops the clock.
I guess that's the only positive thing on the McBain side is it stops the clock. Gets wound though off a penalty though, doesn't it? I think it does, doesn't it?
How many timeouts do we have left?
3.
We got 3.
I wouldn't be tempted to use
I'm
one.
going to say, I wouldn't be surprised.
If they get a stop here.
They get a stop here, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
If anything, because of how shaky McBain's been on special teams tonight, Rodenbaugh's going to run it.
Yep.
Ooh. Fortunate.
Timeout. Absolutely.
Smith does use it. He's going to set up a third and, oh, geez. Second and 33. We'll give him 7 maybe? Third and 27? As once again, McBain, after a promising start for them off of a pass interference penalty, has moved backwards in huge chunks. I haven't seen the marking yet. I'm going to call it a third and 27.
And this game's for the Sentinel Trophy.
Yep.
Little history on that. Came out in 2004. Guess who was a senior at McBain and won it?
Pickamarian?
Coach Smith.
Oh!
He was a senior
But
that
at
won it.
McBain.
Yes, at McBain. And he won it, and he said, I want to keep it with us back at Lake City. But he was on the team that won it the first year.
2004.
That, if my memory doesn't shine
to remember, I
leave
think.
me, but I think it was 2004. His senior year was the first year we had it.
I think my first year teaching in McBain was 05. I was just trying to think in my head if I was around. 35 seconds left to go. 14-8. They haven't put up the marking yet. It might be second and 33. I mean, they are back there at 8 miles. So it's a big play. I think with 35 seconds, you want to force McBain to punt it. They've struggled on special teams tonight.
Oh, stop him, call timeout quick, get the ball back, and you have
Try something.
Hey, you've got an explosive offense with 20 seconds to go and 1 timeout.
So 2nd and 33 is what we're going to go with. Empty backfield. Rodenbaugh takes the snap. He's going to put it up. Finds
Great job.
a big wide out. Thomas Maloney. Dean McLeod knocks it. Coach Smith's going to use that second timeout.
Absolutely. And a good tackle, forcing them to, hey, punt.
Punt?
I punt.
Yeah.
I punt.
Because they are in Lake City territory, just barely. If you're
punt.
worried about your punter and if you're worried about Darren Kunkel, there might be a school of thought that says
Just punt it out of
run
bounds.
something. Yeah, that's a good idea. You could just punt it out of bounds. But Coach Smith uses the timeout. We don't know what they're going to do because both teams are going to come out for this 4th and 21. But once again, can't say enough about the Lake City defense.
Yeah, that adjustment Coach Duddles has made is McBain. At halftime, McBain's offensive coordinator is going to have to figure out how we're going to block that 5 front. And actually, if you look at it, we're running a 7 front. We're running a 7 front with Teague Heltz in the middle. It's called a 7-diamond defense.
And once again, not to be gloating hometown announcer or anything, it's primarily, I think, that 7 front, why you have so much pressure and bringing so much pressure. McBain hasn't really shown that they have the ability to throw yet tonight.
That's what we got to force them to
And
do.
I think you're going to see more of that in the second half. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got 28 seconds.
We're going to force them to throw the ball. And if we force them to throw the
I think
ball,
they're going to go for it.
I bet my house if we force them to throw the ball, we win this game.
So McBain is going to roll the dice.
Or try to make us jump.
I jump wouldn't give him 5 yards. I think they're going to try and get a pass interference.
Little
Yeah,
quick
it's just a
pass.
little- I
Good
don't think
job.
they're going to give
Keep
him-
on with the ball.
I don't think
Oh,
it's
I
on.
wish we would have caught that because Ian McLeod would have picked that up right to the house.
Caleb Miller looked like he had a catch, goes to the ground, stops the clock with 24 seconds. So,
And we got a timeout.
so good field position. Lake City on the 45-yard line. They get the ball to start the second half. They have 1 timeout left. This will be interesting to see what Coach Smith wants to do. He's already talking to the official. I think he's telling him, if I get this, I'm going to be jumping out and getting the timeout.
Oh, he's going to go to. He's looking to
Oh,
score.
he's going.
Yeah, he's looking
He's
to
going.
score.
I just wonder if he's going to do a little bit of a Chiefs play, take 10-20 that McBain might give him, and then quickly call that last time out.
He's looking to score.
And Kunkel runs off to the right. I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to get some yardage first.
There we go.
Kunkel gets out of bounds, saves the timeout. We've got 18 seconds left to go. Gets about 4 or 5, because once again, that's what the defense is going to give him. McBain's going to be in a deep zone, try to take away a touchdown. I don't believe Lake City, maybe Tristan Silvers, has the ability to kick a long field goal. But 2nd and 7, they gave him 3. They still have their timeout. They have 18 seconds left to go. Got to watch Robbie Root coming in and maybe trying to, yep, here he comes. So I would not be surprised if this is Robbie Root trying to get the ball to Darren Kunkel. They sent him on really late. I think Root's going to go out wide, actually.
No, he's going to
he's
quarterback.
quarterback.
Don't be surprised if they're baiting McBain to think it's coming to Kunkel and they hit Brown or McGinnis.
2nd and 7, 18 seconds. Root is under heavy pressure. He's going to throw it up. And, ooh,
It's all right.
that was close to an interception. Kunkel slipped. And 2 McBain players, they're going
They
to kick
both-
themselves at halftime. They were kind of looking at each other. I think one of them thought the other one had it. But a 3rd and 7 now with 13 seconds left to go. The only positive we've seen thus far is Lake City is keeping that timeout in their back pocket. 3rd and 7. They might have an interesting decision, the same one that McBain had. Do you go for it at midfield? They do get the ball to start the second half. 3rd and 7, but with 13 seconds left to go, it's really about
Double pass.
where does it go? Does it go to the end zone? And they're going to run it.
Good
Interesting
block.
call.
Get out of bounds. Get out
Tad
of
Miller
bounds.
needs to get out of bounds. Doesn't. So here should come that last time out. That was a long developing play, too.
That's a good block by Kunkel. McGinnis on the outside here.
47-yard line.
And so now it's probably with 5 seconds, it's end zone or bust. Can't get too cute at this point.
Well, it surprised me right there. We split out here. We've had McGinnis and Kunkel, and Kunkel's guy was 10 yards off of him.
I think Coach Smith was doing that Andy Reid thing he got a little greedy there and said, I think if I get it to Tavin Miller, I can get 10, 15 yards maybe quickly, get out of bounds, and save that timeout, and then have 2 plays for the end zone. And just kind of came up snake eyes on him. The play was a little too slow developing. Tavin Miller wasn't able to get out of bounds. And so at 4th and 2, not really important at this point, 5 seconds left to go. I'll be honest with you, we think of the world of Derek Kunkel. I don't know if he's got the cannon to get it down there. So
Yes, he does.
we'll see. So Kunkel is back there, and I would expect McBain in a deep zone. Well, this one guy's about 30 yards off. But yeah, it's not as deep as you would expect.
Cole can run right by that guy. He ran right by
See,
him.
Kunkel puts it up.
Ran
He's
right
got
by
a
him.
man.
Told you.
Oh! Got on to about the 15-yard line
all
off
right.
McGinnis's hands. And that will end the first half. The score at the end of the first half is Lake City 14, McBain 8. And that was a wild, crazy, back and forth, inauspicious start to the game with some other stuff. We'll take a 1-minute break. On the other half of this 1-minute break, we'll be joined by Gretchen Brown, the mother of Tyler Brown, for our halftime show, mother interview section. But once again, here at the end of the first half, the score is Lake City 14, McBain 8. You're listening to the exclusive home for Lake City Trojan football, the all-new 1061, 1240 WATT. Hi, John Gilbert.
Hi, Gretchen.
Nice to meet you.
Too.
So I don't know how much Steve told you. About just some general questions, what he likes about
questions.
football.
All right. The Lake City High School Student Council welcomes you to the homecoming halftime ceremony for 2023. The theme for homecoming this year is a Hollywood homecoming. The floats were each based on a Hollywood blockbuster. The 9th grade chose Pirates of the Caribbean for their float theme. The 10th grade chose Cars. Jaws was chosen by the juniors, and the done. Now the results. In 4th place were the sophomores. 3rd place went to the juniors. The top 2 finishers were separated by less than 3 points. So in 2nd place, the seniors. Congratulations to the winning freshman class. However, after homecoming week, the seniors still have a slight lead in the Spirit Point competition. At this time, we'd like to present the homecoming court. Representatives of the 9th grade class for this year's homecoming are Alexis Comp and Tristan Silvers. Lexi is the daughter of Missy and Aaron Comp. Lexi enjoys volleyball and hanging out with friends and family. She hopes to one day play volleyball for the University of Nebraska. Tristan is the son of Vanessa Helsel and Stephen Silvers. Tristan enjoys playing football and going hunting. After high school, he plans to go to college and play football. Representing the sophomore class are Carly Gunderson and Sean Fox. Carly is the daughter of Matt and Angie Gunderson. Carly says she enjoys playing volleyball very, very much. Hanging out and laughing so hard with her friends they grow six-packs. She hopes to follow in her father's footsteps by owning her own hair salon, her own business, her hair salon, and forever being as open-hearted as her mother. Sean is the son of Tammy Wolverton and Tony Fox. Sean enjoys fishing and playing sports. He is planning to go to college to pursue a bachelor's degree in forestry. Representing the junior class are Allie Gotchel and Jace Goodrich. Allie is the daughter of Beth and Josh Gotchel. Allie loves being with her friends and playing sports. Allie plans to one day go to college and get a good job. Jace is the son of Rachel Fornschutz and Thomas Goodrich. Jace enjoys playing sports and hanging out with friends. He plans to attend college and be financially stable. And now for the 2023 Homecoming King and Queen. Your candidates are Mackenzie Bisball and Thomas Bisball. Kenzie is the daughter of Kurt and Tara Bisball. Kenzie enjoys spending time with friends and family and trying new things. She hopes to make women's shoes her size and have a job she loves. Thomas is the son of Troy Bisball and Sherry Huttinga. Thomas enjoys playing sports and making people laugh. He hopes to someday visit another country. Next we have Haley Hamill and Tyler Atkins. Haley is the daughter of Kendall and Lisa Hamill. Haley enjoys going to the beach and spending time with friends and family. She plans to pursue a career she enjoys, but if that doesn't work out, win the lottery and become rich. Tyler is the son of Chip and Stacy Atkins. Tyler enjoys ripping dirt bikes and hanging out with friends. He plans to be a heavy equipment operator or an astronaut. Next we have Allison Bisball and Darren Kunkel. Allie is the daughter of Chad and Christy Bisball. She enjoys spending time with family and friends and taking photos. Allie will be attending the University of Wisconsin to play basketball and plans to study elementary education. Darren is the son of Jamie and Brian Kunkel. Darren enjoys playing football and spending time with friends and family. Darren plans to go to college and continue playing football. And next up, we would like to present the 2020 Homecoming Queen and 2023 Prom King, Haley Parniski and Marcus Booms. Haley is a freshman at the University of Michigan. Go Blue. Last year's Homecoming King, Roland Ball, is playing football at Michigan Tech University. Go Huskies. And was unable to attend tonight. Marcus, as Prom King, graciously offered to escort Haley. Thank you both for helping to further this tradition. All right, we're done, right? All right. So let's meet our 2023 King and Queen. The Homecoming King for 2023 is Thomas Bisbal. And our Homecoming Queen for 2023 is Haley Hamill. All right, congratulations, Thomas and Haley. Congratulations to you both. The homecoming festivities for 2023 will conclude with a semi-formal dance tomorrow night at the high school gymnasium from 8 to 11. The student body of Lake City High School would like to say thank you to everyone who contributed to the success of homecoming. Thank you to our student council members, the sheriff's department, the fire department, class advisors, parents, staff, and cheerleaders for all their work and support. Again, congratulations, Thomas Bisbal and Haley Hamill, 2023 King and Queen for Lake City.
a parade down to the end zone. Lake City, we talked about the offense. If we got some people joining us late, what has Lake City switched up defensively? Because early on, it looked like McBain was going to have almost like a Beale City big boy run down. What have they done defensively to keep McBain out of the end zone?
It reminds me of a game last week I was at the Big House. Rutgers went down, scored the first drive of the game, right? Michigan clamped down, played defense. What Coach Duddles did is he's made an adjustment for you guys at home. We started in a 4-3, which means 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers and 4 defensive backs. Well, McBain just drove it down our throat. We could not handle their big guys up front, so Coach Duddles says, okay, we're going to throw another man on that defensive line. So now we have all of our gaps covered. And now he's even brought his linebackers up to it. So to be honest with you, we're playing with 7 down linemen. They only have 5. So we're outnumbering them by 2 guys on the defensive line side of the ball. And they're letting Teague Heltzel play linebacker all by himself. And he's running sideline to sideline. He's filling the gaps that's open. I bet he's got 15, 16 tackles already in the first half. And our secondary, other than that pass interference, which I'm going to just come out and say it, it wasn't pass interference, but okay. Matheson and McLeod and Kunkel, with their closing speed and their coverage, I think we can guard 4 guys with our 3, and that's exactly what Coach Duddles is banking on.
And so once again, a quick game reset. Here at the start of the second half, McBain will kick the ball off. How outstanding would it be if Lake City hit its 3rd score of the night?
Punches one in.
We lead by the score of 14-8 to start the second half. The king and queen have been crowned. The marching band did their thing. We had all the pomp and circumstance. The boys got back, got in the locker room, and we are ready for action. The music is blaring. The cheerleaders are out there. The red and black is everywhere. It is still, this late in the season, an absolutely beautiful night for football. The only thing that's changed on our little vista here is the orange leaves. It's still a beautiful, clear night, and we are just about ready to kick things off in the second half, where your Lake City Trojans have a 14-8 lead and will receive the ball to start the second half. The kick is up, the kick is away, and it is extremely deep. I would just let it go into the end zone.
That's a good job by the freshman. He wanted to catch it, but he let it go.
And a good decision, because I think McBain had a kicker out here warming up at half. I think they were going to try and pin Lake City deep.
Looks like we're going to start with Kunkel at the quarterback position. Robbie's on the sidelines right now, but don't be surprised if he comes back in.
And if you got a kicker, that's a real threat at the high school level, because they haven't changed the touchback rules.
Not here.
In the high school level yet. So you're going to be starting on the 20-yard line. So if Lake City's going to get this all-important 3rd score, they're going to have to go 80 yards to do it. As we've seen them do against a team like Manton, against a team, Pine River's the one that really sticks out.
Now we're going to our traditional spread.
Yep, this is the traditional spread. Trips to the right, one receiver to the other side. McGinnis in motion. Kunkel takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle. Not much.
We'll take 3 or 4 at a pop and let the clock run.
Yep, I think that's exactly what Coach Smith might have said at halftime. He got what he wanted out of that Robbie Root look. He wants to get a touchdown. Almost like, we're going to give him the flash and dash. We need a touchdown. We want to take some time off the clock. Let's go to our meat and potatoes, because did they give Kunkel nothing?
No, he got 5. They just
Okay,
haven't changed the board yet. It should be second down at 5 right now.
So, clock will run, and I would not be surprised if it runs a little slower. Coach Smith knows that even though McBain is in a spread this year, he knows that they're probably not a quick strike offense. I think he wants to see.
Good job, Ian McLeod.
Ian McLeod catches just a quick little pitch. He's going to get a first down, I believe.
Yeah, he got the first down, but you guys at home, Ian McLeod was going on a
That's good for a Trojan first down.
deep out,
Put his foot in the ground.
put his foot in the ground and settled in a little opening, kind of like Armand St. Brown does for Detroit Lions. And great read by him.
And once again, Coach Smith always has the ability to switch things up a little bit. Here, these first 2 plays, it's just meat and potatoes football. Run up the middle, quick little pitch out to McLeod. A Fox Motors and Cadillac first down. Fox Motors move the chains. Fox Motors only the best. Looks like Lake City's going to change the play. Audible. Oh, and that audible, I think Lake City into a little bit of movement. And it might have been that receiver, judging where that flag was.
Yeah, I think that was on McLeod. Got a little antsy.
That tends to happen, and that's sometimes why some of your old school coaches don't like to do the audible and do the wristband. But so a promising drive.
We're still going. We're all right.
hopefully not short-circuited by a penalty, but a little behind the sticks. It's only a 5-yarder. 1st and 15 from the 29-yard line of Lake City, still in their own territory. Another downside of that penalty is it stops the clock. 4 wide, 2 to each side. One back next to Kunkel. Traditional look. Kunkel's going to run to the right.
Great job.
McGinnis
Great.
saved a life.
No, that's great. That's Teague
Teague Elsel.
Playing that fullback position. I'm going to tell you what, if I'm scared Kunkel, I'd go back to the huddle and I'd smack Teague in the head and say thank you because you just saved my life.
McBain Rattler came in like a missile.
And Teague
also got a big block. And Darren Kunkel, did he get a first down off him?
Nope, he got about 5 or 6. Yeah.
But my eyes just couldn't help but catch that block.
Yeah, heck of a block by Teague. He's a tough boy. Pioneer strong, 4.9651, baby.
2nd and 6, 10.5 minutes by the time this ball is snapped. 4 wide, 2 to each side. One back next to Kunkel. Blake Brown goes in motion. Kunkel gets the snap. He's going to run it Brown's way.
He's got the crease.
First down.
Oh, no.
And he's going to fumble about 20 yards. Do we have a signal?
We don't have a signal. Yes, we do. It's McBain's ball.
So Darren, the only positive of that play is Darren Kunkel had the first down.
I think he was running and kicked it with his knee.
And that ball went about 20 yards on the bounce.
He's got to not put his head down. He has to forget about it and let's go play defense. But promising drive. McBain didn't stop us. We stopped ourselves.
So this defense has got to rise up here. McBain's going to have the ball on the 34-yard line, their own 34-yard line, 10-12. And once again, Coach Smith's really got to be gritting his teeth there because his offense was cooking.
Yep.
A penalty and a turnover. McBain's ball. Lake City leads 14-8, 10-12 to go in the third quarter.
Yep, going to that 7 look.
Hand off to Acom. Acom goes off the right side. Nothing
I'm telling you what,
doing.
Coach Guttles, hats off to you. We win this game, it's because of your defensive coaching adjustment that you made.
So maybe only 2 or 3 for Acom. Under 10 minutes to go.
I mean, that opening drive, they were running through us like nothing, and they haven't had anything since then.
You had a homecoming parade, I'm sure, down Main Street at Lake City, and McBain had a homecoming parade to start the game.
They did.
And since that opening drive, it hasn't been much. They didn't. Speaking of not much, they didn't give Acom anything off the right side. 2nd and 10, 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Road ball, hands it to Acom.
Nothing again. Great job. Guess who what?
Tyler Brown.
No.
Okay. Cade McGinnis.
Yes, he's been playing his guts out tonight, man. I mean, he is playing his guts out. He's doing a heck of a job. I just almost said something I shouldn't have.
But and once again, I can't say enough about Cade McGinnis.
Oh, he's playing a heck of a game right now, man. So happy for that kid.
He left the field in a heap against Beale City, and I did not expect to see him this week. And
I'll
so
tell
to
you
see
what.
him out there making plays.
Him and Tyler Brown next to each other is a good thing, man.
Yep. 2 seniors, 57 and 55.
67 and 55, yep.
67, not 57.
But now, hey, we got them behind the sticks. It's 3rd and 11. We're putting them in a position where they don't like to be in.
8.5 minutes. Got to watch out for a penalty. Those have been...
Get a good stop here, and it's a good job by our defense to get the ball back after a turnover.
Hold them to very little. I would think McBain would punt it, and that's been a good thing tonight. Roden ball rolls out to his right, gets out of pass.
Good job, Ian McLeod.
Good defensive play. This is just sound football right now.
That is sound football. You guys, you people that are at home right now, Ian McLeod is 5'7". That's giving him a couple inches. He's covering a 6-foot kid. And as soon as the 6-foot kid caught that ball, Ian McLeod was in his hip and stopped him for a 5-yard gain. So good job by Ian McLeod. And we saw him get picked on against Everett. But
so now McBain's got an interesting decision. 4th and 5. They're setting up like they're going to go for it. This is a big roll of the dice. I think they might be trying to get him to jump. I don't think they're going to go.
They're not going to snap this ball.
Road boss clapping his hands, bobbing his head a little. They're not going to snap it.
Oh,
and they do snap it.
No, that's.
We got to figure out what's going on here.
That was a legal procedure, but they didn't throw the flag. But we stopped them anyway.
We got
so it's our ball.
We'll take it.
Holy!
If they call it, they get to run it again.
Right,
so we'll take it.
Am I lost?
I have no idea what happened.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think McBain knew what was going on. I think they wanted to try and throw him, jump him off sides, and at the last minute, Maloney might have said, "Go for it," and none of them knew what was going on because the ball was snapped. Nobody moved. Is that an illegal snap? Is it motion? I don't know what it is.
I don't
what
care.
it is.
Our ball.
Lake
First
City's
down.
got the ball on the 42-yard line with 7:39 to go.
Great job by that defense
Yep.
after a turnover. Great job. And we got the ball on
Yep.
their side of the field.
And basically got it
Right
where
we
Darren
give it to 'em.
Kunkel fumbled it.
Yep.
So no harm, no foul in some ways there. 1st and 10 from the McBain 42-yard line. Brown in motion. Kunkel, quick little pitch to
Good
McGinnis.
job, McGinnis.
McGinnis
Sticking
makes
your
a
foot
move,
down.
makes a man move, cuts it back again.
Attaboy.
And that is a Fox Motors and Cadillac first down. Move those chains. Lake Brown down to about the 24-yard line of McBain. 7:20 and the clock continuing to run.
Hey, that's just a good quick throw out to McGinnis out there. And
That was a
then,
lot of McGinnis.
Yes, and McLeod, Ian McLeod,
block.
good stalk block, and McGinnis, he's an athlete too, man.
And you had 2 or 3 little cutbacks there.
Yep, great job.
And a first down, and down to about the 24-yard line is what I'm going to call it. Scoreboard still says 42. Maybe they got a little bit of dyslexia. But I think it's down about the 24. Kunkel takes the snap. Going to run to his left. Not much. Maybe 4 or 5.
We'll
take it. And once again, Kunkel has that type of speed.
And I hope that's not T. Hill, because he was the lead blocker on that play.
Somebody's not getting up.
Let me see.
And so everybody kind of holds their breath. I think the person just...
Cole McGinnis, number 9.
I haven't seen Kunkel yet, have you?
Yep. Ooh, I don't know.
So we're going to kind of hold our
It's
breath.
not 8.
I think it's Kunkel.
It is Kunkel.
So,
Cramp.
Robbie Root's going to come on out.
Cramp.
Now, the good news is if it's a cramp, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
If it's a
Miss-
cramp, they don't usually go away.
Nope, that's Miss Hogan, though. She takes care of him. She's the best trainer in north of the Clam. She's awesome. She takes care of our kids, tapes them at every practice, every home game, every away game. So, hats off to Miss Hogan.
And once again, the other little bit of development is we always hold our breath a little bit when Darren Kunkel gets up slow, but as we've seen tonight, Robbie Root is able to come in and make some plays from the quarterback position. Darren Kunkel's going to have to come out for a play, maybe a few, but Robbie Root has shown that he is capable of playing. He's going to come off. Is he on his own power?
Yep, he's walking by himself.
So, but he is a little ginger. So, this will be interesting to see. Pretty much guarantee at this point, right outside the red zone on the 20-yard line, Robbie Root is going to be playing the quarterback. Darren Kunkel is not happy. He's stretching things out. But we know we're going to have Robbie Root now. 2nd and 5, they were going to call it. Root takes the snap,
Tavin Miller.
gives it to Tavin Miller. See if he can get the corner.
He's got it.
Hits it. Breaks free.
That's a horse down
goes out of
but
bounds.
we'll take it.
And that is another Fox Motors
We're
first
going to get a
down.
holding call on Lake City.
Shoot.
That Miller clear gets down close to the goal line, although there is a
And it was either late.
It
I
was a
just didn't
very,
see
very,
it.
very late flag.
So 6.5 minutes on a 2nd and 5. Tavin Miller gets a Fox Motors first down, but it's going to be nullified by a hold.
holding this
And
Trojan
that's going to set up probably a 2nd and 15 for Lake City. Darren Kunkel's chugging as much water as humanly possible. 'Cause this is a tall task now for Robbie Root.
He can do it.
Behind the sticks now. So Root's going to bring the play in, waiting for the mark off.
2nd and 15. Just like you called it.
6:31 to go. Lake City has a 14-8 lead. Feel like I haven't said that in a while. Apologize. Root's going to take the shotgun snap, trips to the left. McLeod's on his own on the right. I think Darren Kunkel might come in after this play. McBain brings some heat on Root, and he's going to be sacked for quite a big loss. And they brought the house.
Yeah, they brought everybody.
There was
All right,
not
we'll
much
keep
that
on
Root
back
could
there.
do on that. You can't say enough about what he's done, stepping in and But I don't know if there's much Darren Kunkel could have did with that one.
No,
they brought everybody.
That's not his fault. When we were just outnumbered on the line of scrimmage, we had 5 blockers. They brought 8.
So it's going to be 3rd and probably 20 at this juncture. Darren Kunkel's going to come in.
See what we can get here. You know he's going to go for
We're
it.
going to go for it. 5:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lake City still leads 14-8.
And we don't have to get all 20 on this play.
I would expect. Oh, they're going to split him out wide. Root is still in at quarterback. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Root takes the snap. They're bringing the house again. He's going to throw it up. What'd they call?
Kunkel
Pass is incomplete.
Must have been out of bounds. But I thought he
Fourth
caught
down
it.
for Trojans.
So now we've got a 4th and 23. This is tough.
I'd punt.
I think I would punt too with the way this defense is going to
I
play.
tried to pin him down and make him go 90.
I really don't know if Coach Smith has got a 4th and 23 play. I think he wanted to get the penalty yardage back.
Yep, he's going to punt.
He's going to punt. We think.
Oh, he is. Silvers is going in. Freshman going back to punt.
And Lake City hasn't had a lot of special teams plays tonight in terms of defending special teams. But we'll see if they can pin McBain deep. And I think that's too far to even maybe try to fake. And the snap goes up high for Silvers. He's in trouble, and McBain's going to get the ball at midfield. The snap went over Silvers' head. He did a good job just to catch it, and McBain's going to have the ball at midfield. So not what the Lake City coaching staff wanted to see.
Time for defense. Here we go.
Time for the defense to step up. So we will see if the Lake City defense, they were trying to pin him deep, and instead of pinning him deep, McBain's going to be on the 50-yard line. McBain went 3 and out and got virtually nothing on their first drive.
So I was told
4 and out, I should say. They went for it on 4th down.
Tonight,
So we'll see
happy birthday.
if the Lake City defense can rise up once again. Don't want to do the announcer jinx, but we haven't seen anything resembling a forward pass. Flag's going to come in pre-snap. There's not much defense can do, right? I think this is a equipment malfunction, I'm guessing, the way they're talking. False start. Legal formation, they were pointing at a guy. Steve, you know more than I do. I think they had too many guys on the line of scrimmage or something. That was a strange look from McBain.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen anything like it.
They were trying to run an unbalanced line, and the kid lined up in the wrong spot.
Yeah. So it was they call it false start, but it's some type of illegal formation. 1st and 15. McBain is back into their own territory. Lake City is crowding the line of scrimmage. This is a strange look from McBain. Their first big adjustment offensively. And Rodenbaugh.
They went to their 2-back look.
Yep, they're going to go power. And Rodenbaugh gets a first down from McBain into Lake City territory.
Ben Rodenbach head for about 10 yards.
And I think we've already seen McBain's adjustment. I don't know what I would describe it. They almost have 2
They got 2
slot
lead
backs. Is
Yep.
that what you'd call
Yeah,
them? 2
they're-
wing backs?
Yep, 2 lead backs.
And
Tied on the line of scrimmage, and they're just going to follow him. Rodenbach's going to follow him.
Outman Lake City at the line of scrimmage. That's their adjustment for the 7-man front.
Now they got 3 to that side.
Rodenbaugh takes the snap. I think it's going to go that direction. Nothing too complex.
Good job, 33.
Nice defense by Tavin Miller. Knocks Rodenbaugh out of bounds. He's been falling forward all night. Gets probably 4, maybe 5.
3 on the
So they
play.
bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
3rd and 2. Did I miss first down?
Yep. First down was 2-back Rodenbaugh.
Oh, okay. I thought he got a first down. I guess that's where I got a little confused on that.
That's all right.
So, sorry if I confused you at home. 3rd and 2. Big play for the Lake City defense. Oh, the clock is stopped. 4:50.
He went out of bounds.
Oh, he did go out of bounds.
Coming this
I'll
way.
catch up. Rodenbaugh up the middle. He's going to get the first down. Clock will stop to move the chains with 4:47 to go.
All right, so we've seen McBain's adjustment.
Now Lake City's got to make
They
adjustment.
went out of a spread, and they brought in guys to block inside, so let's see what Coach Duddles does now.
Because Lake City, McBain, is in business. They're at about the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:40, and the clock continuing to run. Neither coach has used a timeout. Same look. I don't even know what to call it. Just extra people in the backfield. Rodenbaugh runs that direction. That's what they've been doing on this drive. He's got a lot of room to run.
That's a good
Gets a
hustle
first
by
down.
Tyler
Ball
Brown
rolled
coming
off
all the way
third.
from
Goes
the
down inside
backside.
20-yard line. Let's get for a random first down.
And Lake City's got to find something to stop this,
Touchdown,
because this
Temple.
is starting to look like that first drive of the game. This little adjustment is wreaking havoc on the Lake City defense.
It's spread, but it's power spread.
Yeah, it goes to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh's got one back next to him. If you know what spread is, that's the usual look. Then they have not one but two people in what would you call it, like a pistol?
Yep.
Like the short of the snap, and they're just running over those guys. Pretty soon they're going to run the counter the other way. They've moved the two backs over to the left side now. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line for McBain. They're going to run it that direction. Rodenbaugh
Fumbled the ball.
fumbles the ball.
Great job, Lake City's ball.
Lake City's ball.
That's what we needed right there.
That's exactly what Lake City needed. That drive was not going good. Rodenbaugh picked up another first down.
I
but
think
lost
Pete
the
Helpful
handle.
got his hand in there, punched it out, and Cole McGinnis jumps on it. So, what we talked about before the game, whoever makes the fewest mistakes is going to win this game.
The only bad news from that play, and there's not much. Lake City's got the ball on the 9-yard line because Rodenbaugh broke through, got another first down, and McBain would have had 1st and goal, but the fumble, I did not get a number. I think Helsel was the one who knocked it away. I don't know who fell off. That was
Cole
kinda,
McGinnis,
that
number
was
9.
kind of like Kunkel's fumble, where not only did he fumble, but it went forward a few yards, in a 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line for the Lake City Trojans. See if they can string something together, because if they can, it's going to be long. Then Kunkel is back in at quarterback. Fakes the snap, goes up the middle. He's got some room. Did he fumble again? No. He picks up about 15 yards. Darren Kunkel with the Fox Motors first down. Fox Motors Cadillac only the best. And I'm not going to lie, Kunkel comes out high kicking his legs, trying to stay loose. He almost broke that. And if he breaks that last tackle, Darren Kunkel might have, well, maybe not with the way he's running. But that's a gain of about 15 for Darren Kunkel, and a Fox Motors first down out to about the 23-yard line. 3:47 in the clock, continuing to run. And once again, with the way and the injuries that are kind of seemingly always mounting up on the Trojans this year, we'll keep an eye on the back judge. I think Lake City's going to be content to move somewhat slow. Kunkel gets it away, finds a man.
That's
some
McGinnis.
room.
That's McGinnis.
McGinnis out to the 45-yard line. A Fox Motors first down. Fox Motors Cadillac over the best.
That's a good job by McGinnis. That's a good job by the offensive line. That's a good job by Kunkel. McGinnis starts out, and just like Ian did a little earlier, he just settled and found a hole. Kunkel found him, and then McGinnis is athletic, just like the rest of the guys are. And he got that another extra 10 yards after the catch.
And in a weird way, and maybe I already used this analogy, Lake City's adjustment, McBain's gone to something different, something we haven't seen. Lake City's adjustment is to go back to their bread and butter.
Yep.
And because that was just a little slant to McGinnis.
Yep.
Trips to the right.
Heltz in the backfield.
Kunkel takes the snap. He's going to run to the right.
Good job.
He should
by
have
Heltz
some
again.
room. And he's going to go out of bounds.
Teague Heltz is playing one heck of a football game on the offensive side and the defensive side. His stats on the offense isn't going to show anything, but he is blocking from that fullback spot.
And that is another Fox Motors of Cadillac first down into McBain territory. Fox Motors of Cadillac, only the best. Move those chains. 240. Lake City into McBain territory on the 42-yard line. The score is Lake City 14, McBain 8. We expected a close game. They're almost always close within this rivalry, and we have got it. Two backs, one to each side of Kunkel, so a little bit of an adjustment. Handoff goes to Helsel. He's going to have to make something happen.
He got outside. Good job.
He did get outside. He makes something happen. He's going to get about 4 or 5. Ran about 20 to get that 4 or 5. What did he do there that was so smart?
He just bellied back, and he was patient. And he let his block set up, and he got outside, and he picked us up 5 or 6 yards. So good job by Teague Heltz that time.
And that was the type of play that does not have a promising start to it. There was a lot of penetration on that right side of the line, and Helsel just kept moving to the outside and was patient.
Yep.
And got a little bit of that corner, and he had already been stretched out so far I think they're going to give him about 4, maybe 5. 2nd and 5 is what I'm going to call it. It's not up on the board. 2:32 to go. Must have been out of bounds because the clock stopped.
There's a
Kunkel,
counter. There's a counter.
And Miller's going to try and cut it upfield, and we got a flag. And Ian McLeod's going to help the defender up, and that makes me wonder if it's going to be a flip.
That's the first counter we ran all year.
And it should have worked.
Good job by Coach Smith. That's a great call right there. We don't counter a lot. We get teams going and going and going, and we're looking for Kunkel to go to that left side, and Miller came in on the inside and give it back to the right. Just an unfortunate stock block hold by Ian McLeod, but we're all right.
So this is going to back up Lake City a little bit. We'll see if it's a spot foul.
It's got to be a spot foul.
We're going to talk to Coach Maloney. I wonder why. And I think they're going to call it.
They're going to decline it.
Why is he going to decline it?
He's
Two flags.
He declined the block in the back and took the hold. So there were 2 penalties because the hold was farther back, so it's going to move us back a little more.
Okay. So 2:26. Can't say this has been a clean game. There's been a lot of flags, handful of turnovers.
Instead of 35 now, it's 2nd and 15.
So 2nd and 15. So there were 2 separate penalties on that play. 2:20, clock running.
Here's our version of 2 back.
Yep, the 2 backs up to the right of Kunkel. Whoa. You don't hear me say that often. Darren Kunkel was dead left to right.
Okay.
Can you take it, Steve? What did he just do?
Sorry. That was Gary Sanders. He was dead to right.
And he just put on the brakes?
He had 2 yellow helmets coming at him, and he just jump stopped. They both froze, and then he just shifted another gear and went right around him.
That is some next level change of direction.
Yes.
And we are. Did we get a first down?
Yes, we did. I wish you could
Fox
see
Motors
that on
Cadillac
TV.
first down. It's not often that you're going to hear a play-by-play guy get speechless. That was wild.
Yes. Yep.
That was Darren Kunkel. 1st and 10 from the McBain 27-yard line. And this is a broken play. I think that was supposed to be a pitch to Miller.
Yes, it was.
Somebody went the wrong way. Darren Kunkel's going to be dropped for a loss.
No, got a yard out of it.
Okay.
Yep, we'll take it. Busted play, we'll take a yard.
So 1:34, the clock continuing to run. 2nd and 9 from the McBain 27-yard line.
I wish you guys at home could have seen the play that he just ran before that.
Yeah, and I have a feeling some college recruiters are going to see that play because, I mean, that was...
that's going to go on his huddle highlight.
That was wild.
Yep. I don't know where...
You'll see people pause, what do they call it, the stinky leg, the dead leg. That was just a straight-up stop on a dime and then cut it upfield. 2nd and 9, 1 minute to go by the time this ball is snapped. 2nd and 9, 2 backs either side of Kunkel.
Good read. What a great read. What a great read. And that's a great job by that offensive line. All that is he's going to stick the ball in the belly of his back. And if they collapse down like they did, he pulls and goes right into the hole of the offensive line. Great read. Great job by that offensive line. They're playing as a team. They got the momentum on their side right now.
1st and 10. That's a Fox Motors first down. Lake City is down to the 13-yard line.
That's a good spot to have a 1st and 10 on the 13,
that is.
right? You usually say when they're inside the 10, that's not a good spot.
And we'll see. I wonder Coach Smith's going to do a little gamesmanship here. He'll take a touchdown if he can get it, but I think he'd like to take this to the quarter and force McBain to think about some plays inside the 10-yard line. He's going to have to run a play, but this could be the last play of the quarter, depending on what he chooses to do. Snap his diesel, and he had some room.
Yes, and good job. Stuck his foot in the ground, followed his block, got us about 3-4 yards. Stay ahead of the chains. That's all we got to do on first down.
So it'll be about a 2nd and 7 on the other half of this 1 minute break. Looking for Dean Armstrong. This 1 minute break, your Lake City Trojans lead by the score 14-8 at the end of the 3rd quarter here in the exclusive for Lake City Trojan football. The all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT.
That was a heck of a freaking run.
I couldn't believe it.
I can't even explain it to people. I mean, he went.
I can't believe he had time.
I'll tell you what, I don't know where he's going to play next year. But, he's leading Division IV quarterbacks in rushing yards in the state of Michigan.
290 at Pine River Bowl.
I mean, coaches are going to want. They're going to recruit him just because of his athletic ability. They can make him a wide receiver. They can make him a running back. They can make him a safety. Well, he went down to Florida to IGM this summer. He's at a 2-star right now, but he sends his film in. He'll be a 3-star.
Oh, yeah.
He could play at Ferris.
Oh, I think he can. Welcome back, Trojan Nation. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of action here as we start the fourth quarter. The score is Lake City 14, McBain 8. We have a 2nd and 6 from the 10-yard line. So 3 plays to get 6 yards for Lake City. Hopefully 3 plays to get a touchdown. Kunkel waiting for the snaps. 2 backs to either side of him. That's kind of been the look in this. We're going to go under center.
Oh,
yeah, wow.
what a great call.
Did it work? Oh,
Yeah.
It almost worked.
That's a good
They
call.
tried to trick McBain. Lake City never goes under center. Right at the last minute, Kunkel got up there and took the snap from under center. Gets probably 3 or 4.
On a
They're going to
quarterback
give
sneak.
4 on a sneak because McBain wasn't expecting it. 3rd and 2 now from the 6-yard line.
2 plays to get 2 yards.
And hopefully a touchdown. 11 and a half minutes. And the clock continuing to run. We are in the 4th quarter, so this 3rd score would be huge. As Lake City only leads by 6, and they snuffed out that one. Not much doing,
we got a
probably
penalty.
a loss. We do have a penalty.
Now,
Is it
this is
offside?
on Lake City.
What do you do?
Coach Mahoney
He's
has
got a different decision.
he has a difficult decision. Am I going to give Lake City 2 more plays at it or just 1?
I don't think he got the first down.
But where that flag's thrown, that's going
Could
to
be
be
offside.
that's going to be a defensive offsides or lining up in the neutral zone. You
That's
never
what
see,
I'm thinking.
You don't see a sideline judge call a holding penalty ever.
And you can't judge from any player's body language. so
And
I
if
think
it was an illegal procedure, the play would have been blown dead.
the players are not giving us any tells.
The officials aren't giving us anything either. Touch your hips. Chop block.
No.
Shot block on his shoulders.
What?
So it's going to be 4th and 3 or 3rd and
4th and 13, isn't it?
no, because
Is that a 15-yarder?
yeah, but we'll replay the down, right? Or was it because it was during the play?
They haven't moved the ball yet. Did he decline it? There's no way he declined it. There we go. Well, we'll see what the down and distance is.
He's going to give us 2 more cracks at this.
But I think it's a 15-yarder.
It is.
This is back a ways. Oh, boy. So the laundry jumps up and gets Lake City at one of the worst
All right.
possible times.
You got one-on-one coverage to the wide side of the field, McGinnis. One-on-one. No safeties behind him. They are
daring
man-to-man,
him to do it.
locked down, throw the ball at McGinnis.
3rd and extremely long. Kunkel's going to keep it. He's going to be gobbled up for virtually nothing. So now Lake City's in trouble. 4th and very long. They really probably have to put it up at this point, I would think.
Don't be surprised to see the same formation and a pass to McGinnis.
Yep, I think that's what we might see.
Foot down.
Kunkel needs to come get this play a little quicker. We might be looking at a delay of game depending when they spot this. Root's going to come into the game, so I think we're going to see Kunkel isolated out on a receiver. Here comes Robbie Root. I think Coach Smith's going to go into that bag of tricks. I think he's going to have to use a timeout, though. Yeah, the hand's already up. They're not even in the huddle. I don't know how they're going to get. They're going to come up and try and get it off quick. 5, 4, 3, and there comes the timeout.
Good job.
So sorry about last thing you want to hear on radio is to hear somebody counting, but I think Coach Smith, it is a big play. It's 4th and 16. You can't really run it with the way this McBain defense has been in terms of speed. So I think Coach Smith was really struggling with what he wanted to do offensively. So I think he decided a little late to try and get Kunkel out wide, but that's a completely different formation, and it just took too long getting those new guys in.
Yep.
So with 10:22 to go, Lake City uses their first timeout, leading by a score of 14-8. You have to think, Steven, that we're going to see something to Darren Kunkel, possibly a little bit of a decoy. I would not be surprised. Last time they were on this field, I hope I'm wrong in terms of the outcome. When Robbie Root, last time, they just brought the house at Robbie Root when they had it on this side of the field in the third quarter.
They're going to put a little heat on the sophomore.
I think they're going to bring heat and hope that their athletes can get in front of Darren Kunkel and not let Robbie Root get this pass off. That's what I think we're going to see.
Yep.
10-22.
If I was McBain's defensive coordinator, I'd put pressure on the young kid.
A big 4th and 16. Kunkel does appear to be man-to-man down here on the right side.
What's
and
the
here
flag
comes the
now?
flag. What could it possibly be?
It cannot be delayed game. They just come out of the huddle.
The back judge throws the flag. I'm going to say illegal substitution on McBain.
Good.
Not going to be a first down.
I'll take the 5.
The illegal substitution, somebody's running off. They came out of timeout with 12
Oh, they had 12 guys.
Yep,
Good.
12 guys on the field. That's what the back judge does. He counts every single
I
time.
was counting our guys.
Yep, he got to 12 through that flag. It's going to be a 4th and 11. Probably
Now,
won't change the play call for Coach Smith, I
If
wouldn't
you
think.
look at this right now, they have 2 guys covering Darren Kunkel and only 2 guys covering 3 guys to our right.
So, 4th and 11, big play. Root's going to put it away. He's got a lot of heat.
That's
It's gonna be
interference.
short. And
Yes,
there's the
they're
flag.
going to call it.
So McBain gets the interception, but if all goes to plan, this is coming back.
Yeah, it's our ball inside the 1. That's interference. That's a 15-yard penalty. Pass interference. Kunkel was coming back to the ball and pass interference.
And
You
now
guys-
McBain's going to put their lawyer hat on and try to say that maybe it was uncatchable. We're going to have an officials conference.
There is no such thing as an uncatchable pass in the high school level. And the definition of pass interference is impeding a guy to go catch the ball.
Yep, and
That was underthrown,
illegal contact, whatever you want to call it. There was something.
but Darren, put his foot in the ground.
He's
He
got
was
a
coming
back shoulder.
back to try to get the back shoulder, and McBain's guy grabbed a hold of him.
So it's a straight up pass interference. I
Pass
learn
interference.
something new every week. So we're going to have a first down.
And Attorney Mahoney's out on the field pleading his case, but he's not going to win this one like he did on the opening kickoff.
And the interesting thing is the penalty yardage isn't going to give Lake City a first down, but it's an automatic first down on a pass interference, unless
Absolutely.
I'm mistaken once again,
I think
because
you're
it was a
absolutely
4th
correct.
and 16. And the law firm of Maloney and Maloney continues to.
No, it was 4th and 12.
Oh, you're right.
So we get the first down no matter
We
what.
get no matter what.
Yep. Oh, that
The
is
scoreboard hadn't caught up.
a sting in the Ramblers right there.
I'm trying to see.
Wait, what they calling a 5-yard penalty for?
Calling contact? I have no idea what's going on here. These officials
I
have
do
kept
not
us
either.
guessing all night. Is it a first down?
No, it's 4th down and 5.
This is crazy. How is that not a first down?
I'm going to ask them after the game.
Well, 4th down. 4th and the scoreboard still says 16. It should have been 4th and 12. The back judge is counting. Man in motion. Here comes the snap. It's a jet sweep to Kunkel. I don't think he's going to get it.
Nope.
So I will do my best to try and explain what I think happened. I think they called illegal contact and not pass interference, therefore making it only a 5-yard penalty. Although it's 4th and 4. Whatever happened, Lake City does not get the first down, and McBain takes over on their own 20-yard line. With 10 minutes to go in the game, the Lake City defense needs to rise up here. They had to be thinking before the laundry started coming out on the field that they were looking good for a touchdown. We need to keep McBain out of the end zone because Lake City only leads by 6 points, 14-8, 10:02 to go. And McBain's going to have to go, 93 yards. They're on the 7-yard line.
We have 10 guys in the box. 10 guys on the line.
Road ball runs over to the right. Even with those 10 guys, he's going to have a lot of room to run. And he is breaking through, and somebody needs to make a tackle. And somebody does. Cole McGinnis. McBain, about the worst thing you could have happen if you're a Lake City fan, gets out to the 42-yard line.
Now,
So
they
a
set us
40-yard
up on
run by
that play
McBain.
because they had their 2 backs to the right. He went to the right and then cut back on us.
Yep.
So hats off. That's a good call by Coach Mahoney.
So 9:40 and the clock continuing to run. McBain has their full allotment of timeouts. Lake City only has 2. 9.5 minutes. This one's going to come down to the end. We didn't expect any less.
Didn't we go overtime last year?
We did. McBain not moving with any speed. Speed when they play, but not getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Rodenbaugh gives it off to Acom.
Good job.
Good defense there. If he got anything, it was 1. 1 yard, I mean.
Number 72 for us right there. Trevor Knuth with a good job from his defensive tackle spot. Slanting in hard and making a good tackle below the waist and driving. That's the first time one of McBain's guys didn't fall forward, so good job by Trevor Knuth.
We are under 9 minutes to go. They're going to give him a gain of nothing. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Their own 43-yard line of McBain. 8:40. Once again, McBain not moving quickly. They've gone to this power look to the right side now. That's where Rodenbaugh's going to go. Breaks through an arm tackle. Ashton Matheson brings him down. Only a gain of maybe 4 or 5.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4.
So maybe about 6. Once again, that's too bad. Lake City was in the backfield. A little bit of an arm tackle. Rodenbaugh got through. It's going to set up a 3rd and manageable right at midfield. I would think trailing by 6. McBain would go for it, even if they didn't get it. So we got 2 big plays for the Lake City defense. Plays are coming in slow from both sides. We'll have to keep an eye on the back judge.
Boy, they got one-on-one with McLeod and the 6-foot receiver.
I hate to break it to you, he's about 6'4".
Okay. Then McLeod's 5'9".
Shotgun to Rodenbaugh, and he's going to have a lot of room. And there's a first down into Lake City territory on about the 37-yard line.
They're running away from that power look.
I'm going the opposite
Yes,
look.
they
So
are.
they made a little bit of an adjustment there. They overload to the one side, and they go to the other side. 7.5 minutes. Clock continuing to run. McBain is in business on the 35-yard line. A score would tie the game up, period. And then a 2-point conversion would be the decider. Or not the decider, but Lake City only has a 6-point lead, 14-8, with 7:14 to go in this contest. The story of this game really has been the way the Lake City defenses rose up. McBain's only touchdown came on the opening drive, but they are beginning to move the ball here in the 4th quarter.
Timeout, McBain.
And I think Coach Maloney saw something he did not like. Use the timeout. We will take it. That uses one of their timeouts. We'll take a 1-minute break, get our fine sponsors in, probably our last one of the game. A 1-minute break here in the exclusive home for Lake City football, the all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT. To go in the game. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 1. And I think McBain knows how quick Lake City's offense can strike. They are working some time off the clock. Rodenbaugh takes the snap, runs to the strong side. Going to break a tackle or two. Picks up the first down and then some. That will get McBain into the red zone.
18-yard line.
You can definitely tell that the fans are getting a little restless on the Lake City side. High snap is grabbed by Acom and nothing doing. You had a host of Lake City Trojans in the backfield.
Good penetration by the defensive line that time. Tyler Brown, Trevor Knuth. That's what we need. We need red hats on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Keep those gold helmets from pushing us backwards and we'll be fine.
So no gain. 5 minutes to go in the game. Lake City leading by the score of 14-8. 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Power look from McBain, even though they're in the spread. Rodenbaugh's going to run to those extra blockers. Breaks through, and he's going to go into the end zone. So it is now 14-14 with 4:47 to go in the game.
Don't drop your heads. We get the ball back.
And it's only tie.
That's right. It's tie.
Let's see if we can keep Lake City out of the end zone on the 2-point conversion.
Okay.
Trying to remember.
They'll kick it.
I'm going to kick it. Interesting.
Very, very interesting, because if I was him, I'd just run that 2-back set and let Rodenbaugh coast into the end zone. But that's why I'm not coaching and I'm up here.
Thomas Maloney is McBain's kicker. They are going to kick it. Trailing tied up at 14. 4:47 to go. Big kick for the sophomore. Kick is up. I don't think it's good.
He didn't. He pushed it.
Pushed it to the left.
I don't try to sound like a homer, but if they lose that game off of that, Coach Maloney's going to be up till 4 in the morning. He's second guessing himself. His wife's going to be like, "Go sleep on the couch. You're rolling around too much."
You've been there.
I've been there. Yeah, I've had my wife bring me up and say, "Go sleep on the couch."
Now that being said, we'll take it.
Absolutely.
We feel good. We get a little momentum off that miss, but once again, 4:47 to go, and we're all tied up at 14. Lake City, for 80% of this game, has been nursing a 1-score lead. And now with 4:47 to go, the score is tied up at 14.
Go to your bread and butter.
Yep. I think we're going to see Derek Humble, 2 backs.
1 back, jet motion.
Yep.
Kunkel, Heltzel,
Once again,
and McGinnis.
they've been moving it.
Yep.
The laundry's been getting them, and they've kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. They still have 2 timeouts left. But once again, it probably takes a little bit of weight off your shoulders to know McBain doesn't have the lead.
Nope.
If we hold on to the ball, and if worse comes to worse, we go to overtime. Now, Thomas Maloney, who just missed that kick, is going to kick off. We saw him kick it very deep to start the second half. We'll call this a classic Chevrolet kickoff. All roads lead to classic. Maloney kicks it away, and he does go not too deep. Picked up by Silvers.
Nope, that's Root.
And Root.
Blake Root.
Good cuts
return.
it upfield.
25-yard line. Here we go.
So decent field position for Lake City. Would have liked to be a little better out on the 30, 35-yard line. But once again, they have 2 timeouts. 4:42 to go. All tied up at 14. We went to overtime last year. To be perfectly honest with you, I hope we don't go to overtime again. I think my ticker's still trying to recover a little bit from that game last year. The very first McBain Lake City game I did on the radio, if I remember correctly, way back in the, I think it was Ben Marion's senior year. Lake City won by a score of 15-14. Touchdown, I believe, on the last possession, if I remember correctly. 4:42, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Kunkel keeps it. Might have not been the right decision there. I think Miller would have had some room on the right.
Get that.
So not much doing.
Keep ahead for about a yard.
Only a yard. Not the way we want to see that drive start. If I'm Coach Smith, playing with house money, I really do not want to punt it back to McBain.
No, but if he
got a
has
lot
to,
of
he
momentum.
will, and he'll say, "All right, defense, get this game into overtime on our home field." I mean, worst case scenario, we go overtime.
Yep. And I get to dust off the old rusty rule book and try and figure out how we're doing it. That shows you what we know. Here into the game comes Robbie Root, excuse me. I think anytime he's been in tonight, he's been in at quarterback, and I think that's what we have. trips to the right. Kunkel alone on the left. They're trying to get it to him, I think. And nothing's going. Root just needs to throw it away. Was that picked? No, it was not picked. It could have been. Whew. Root gets up. I thought he was limping pretty bad. I think he's just excited that he's...
Yeah.
Because he got hit pretty hard. And we're going to have a 3rd and 9. The clock stops. This is a big play for Lake City. And they're going to bring Root in.
He's staying with the sophomore.
And Lake City would be huge.
Jet sweep.
I would think you.
Nope. Double pass.
I would think you want to get it
Double
in the hands
pass.
of Darren Kunkel somehow.
Double pass.
Yep, I think you're right, Steve. Nope, nothing doing. Is that Kunkel?
Yep, it's Kunkel.
There wasn't anybody out there though, was it?
Nope. They didn't run the double pass.
So I think Lake
And
City's going to have
Kunkel's
to punt
helmet
it
comes off, so he's got to go out.
I think they're going to punt anyway. 'Cause I don't think they got anything on there. So, and I think the helmet off is going to stop the clock. McBain's going to actually use a timeout to stop the clock. So they'll only have one left. And Lake City's got to get this ball away cleanly.
Yeah.
That's what really hurt them.
That's why this game's tied up.
Mm-hmm. And
You got to have a good snap and a good punt.
so 3:22. The important thing is McBain is down to one timeout. The other thing that I hate to bring up, or love to bring up, depending on your perspective, is McBain has showed, to an extent, that they are willing to kick the football. They have a kicker. So if Lake City can run this clock down, force McBain to stay in bounds, use those timeouts, I would say McBain could probably get down to maybe 15-yard line and still kick if they needed to. Judging by the leg that Maloney showed.
That'd be a 22-yarder.
Well, that'd be 35.
No, 15, right?
Plus
7
10
yards.
is 25. So, yeah, you're right. 32 yards. Yeah, Matt's not my thing. I think we know that. So, yeah, I think that's the other thing to watch. The big thing to watch is get this punt off and get it off cleanly. We've seen some crazy things happen tonight. If McBain brings the house, it'd be outstanding if they could run into the
We got
kicker
a
or
senior
something.
punter. We put T. Kelso back there to punt.
Punt goes to Helsel, gets it away.
Good snap,
That's a
good
big
hug, good punt.
Thunderous kick. Let's get a good bounce. Does kind of die.
Good job.
So the ball's down by
All right.
McGinnis on about the 36
Step
yard
one
line.
completed. Now
punt.
step 2, play defense.
3 only has one timeout left. And get on Benjamin Rodenbaugh.
Yep.
It has
I
not
would-
been Bryce Acom. That was the name I expected to call tonight was Acom. It looks like Lake City has taken that away.
I would not be surprised if we see Teague Heltzel at that middle linebacker going wherever Rodenbaugh goes.
And here is that power look.
They
from
got
McBain.
3 backs to this side
They do.
and a wide split by the tackle.
Yeah, Acom's not even really next to Rodenbaugh. That's a straight, like, little power triangle or something.
Yes, it is. That's a great job, and we're going to get a holding.
hold, too.
Great job by Cash Britson, sophomore wrestler. Scrimmage, hit him in the backfield, and also had a holding call on him.
The only downside about the hole is it stops the clock, but it's going to push back McBain even more.
And if you're Coach Smith,
I think
do you give 2nd and 11 or 1st and 20? You got to take the penalty in this situation. Make that field as long as you can make it.
because we've seen some crazy things happen tonight.
Make
If
it look
you
like
can
they
hold
have.
it-
Make it look like they got to drive to their hometown.
If you can hold them to 3 and out, you're going to get the ball back and you still got 2 timeouts.
Yep.
So if you can get behind the sticks, I think you don't have any choice but to go to 1st and 20. And it might be more than 20 if it's a spot foul because that foul came in the backfield.
It is 20 on the dot.
So 1st and 20 for McBain. The clock winds, so it'll be under 3 minutes by the time they run this. McBain only has 1 timeout.
We need to call Caden McGinnis' name again here. He's
I
going to
would
do
agree.
something.
And we can't help but think what kind of blew that game open last year.
I'm going to tell you what, Coach Maloney right now, with the way they're moving, he's
They're
playing
almost-
for
almost
overtime.
Playing for overtime. I
He
was gonna
is.
agree with you. They
He's-
don't seem to be moving fast at
Nope,
all. They
he's-
only have 1 timeout left. I wonder if that penalty kind of just got them to think, let's play for overtime.
He is. Unless he, delay a game.
Delay a game.
Good. And that stops the clock. So we get a timeout there and a 5-yard penalty on that. I'm going to tell you what. He was playing for overtime.
I don't think he wants to go back another 5 yards.
Unless he gets an explosive play. You don't wind the clock on that.
Well, we'll take it though, won't we?
No, we don't want him to wind it.
Oh, that's true. We want the ball.
We want the ball back.
Right, we've seen some strange stuff tonight. The clock's running. 2:20 by the time this play gets off.
He almost fumbled that.
Yep.
Coach has got to call timeout. Coach has got to call a timeout. He did. Good job.
So timeout. Now he's running around the field. Maybe he didn't get it. Yeah, he didn't get the timeout quickly. McBain, Lake City's going to use their first timeout.
Good.
And it's
Great
going to be
job, Coach.
second and forever.
And he almost fumbled that.
He did. Well, he almost fumbled it because there was somebody standing right there when the handoff went off.
How would have that been? Off the shoulder pad in the end zone.
The way this night has gone and the way last year's night gone, I would believe just about anything up to this point.
All right, so we have 2 timeouts left, right?
Yep.
I would not be surprised as he uses them both on defense.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to go score without any timeouts left.
Yep. But we've got, I should do a good job of giving you some game resets here. It's all tied up at 14. The board says 2nd and 25. I think it's even further.
It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
28 yards.
28.
Great job by that defense.
Lake City has, it says they only have 1 timeout left. I thought they had another one. Do you remember Lake City using a timeout in this half? I think the board is wrong. I think Coach Smith has 2 left. If he's only got 1, that changes the calculus just a little bit. The big thing you want to do is not give up some crazy huge play with 2:12 to go.
I hope they throw the ball.
That would be.
Because if they do, we'll pick
Second
it
and
off.
29 is the official down and distance.
Throw it.
Somebody ran off late. I don't know if that's legal.
Throw it.
Empty backfield.
Throw it.
They might.
Throw it.
Empty backfield.
Throw it.
Roadball's going to throw it.
Good job. We complete that save. That gives us
Saves
our
the
timeout. Exactly what we wanted.
3rd and 29.
Third down.
Interesting decisions by both coaching staffs tonight. So the clock stops with 2:09 to go. 3rd and 29. All tied up at 14. And 3rd and forever. Third and Jennings.
We should get the ball back with just under 2 minutes to go. If this is a quick
Depending
play.
on what they do.
Yeah,
If they pass it and stop it again.
that'd be beautiful, hey?
I still am blown away. that he
I'm
passed
blown
the
away
last
by
play.
the
He passed the
kick
football.
the extra point. I'm blown away by passing on that play right there.
And they're going to go power, so I think we'll see a run now. We haven't seen him throw out of this formation yet.
Delay a
Flag,
game.
Delay a game. Darren Cup is signaling a little motion.
And we just adjusted right there. Our middle linebacker Teep slides all of our linemen to the power side, and then he motioned our weak side linebacker to step up to take away that counter play back to the other side. So good job by the senior right there. I don't know if Coach called it, but that's a heads-up play by Heltzer.
And I would just be really careful here. I don't know what McBain is doing. Going to 3rd and a million. Watch a hook and ladder. Watch something crazy.
It's 3rd and to McBain.
Yeah, it's 3rd and
They're headed south.
3rd and Miwataka. Roadball's going to run it. And they're going to stop
Time
it.
out.
Coach Smith uses the
Got
timeout.
it. Perfect.
I don't know. I think he has one left.
After the line of scrimmage.
The board's going to say 0, so we'll know very quickly here.
I bet you Darren Kunkel goes back to return his
Oh,
punt.
yeah. That's what we had happen
Remember last year?
Yep.
And they kicked it to
They
him.
kicked it to him, and he took it. And you're going to see him go back there again.
I can remember that.
4th and 33
Yesterday.
with her. I still
I
remember.
looked at you and I said, they're not going to kick to him, are they?
I remember pausing, and that was the first time that he went back to take a kick last year.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Nelly.
And once again, we've seen McBain have a bad punt tonight.
Bad
mishandled snap.
Yep.
And
Anything can happen. Here we go.
anything can happen. 4th and 33.
M66 rivalry right here.
One thing I would be telling my guys,
No
This
penalty.
officiating crew has been strange.
Yes.
Let them mishandle the snap themselves. We don't need to try and, we can score. We don't need to try and block this.
No.
Don't run into the punter and give him 15 yards.
Huh.
Get it to Darren Kunkel. Scoreboard says 0. I think it's mixed up though. Because it says McBain has a timeout. I don't think they have it.
Kunkel's back there.
Oh yeah.
We're going to get a good field position.
Yep. House of Payne's playing, and hopefully Darren Kunkel can jump around and take this ball to the end zone and eliminate some of the drama. The kick is up. They had a chance to block it. They kind of held up. Kunkel's going to field it. He's in
he's
trouble.
slipped. That's
The
all right.
turf monster got him.
It's okay. We got 41 yards.
He got a little too excited there. I guarantee you Lake City, Coach Smith was thinking they could get a little bit better field position than that. But we are on the McBain side, and we have 1:57 to go. And once again, I could be wrong. I think Lake City has one timeout left. I think the scoreboard is a little mixed up.
Watch
I
a
think
lot of
McBain
plays.
has
Yep.
zeros.
Watch a lot of jet sweeps, runs to the outside, passes to the outside so we can get out of bounds.
And watch Robbie Root possibly coming in the game, trying to get Darren Kunkel alone, out in space, make a play. 1st and 10, 1:57. Not entirely sure how many timeouts Lake City has, but we are all tied up at 14.
McBain just went to a 3 front, so they're guarding for the pass right now.
Prevent. Kunkel gets the snap. Got
Stop, cut
nothing
again.
doing, and
He
he's in
won to
trouble.
bounce outside.
I think he might have hurt himself a little bit. Nothing doing for Darren Kunkel.
Scrimmage will be second down.
Clock's continuing to have no timeouts. They get up quickly. Kunkel's stretching things out a little. Takes the snap, runs to the right, breaks a tackle,
Got to get out of bounds.
can't get out of bounds. Coach Smith's out on the field. He's not signaling timeout. He must not have one.
Yard.
2nd and probably 7. And I think they brought in a new formation.
Teague Heltzel came in for Tavin Miller.
Robbie Root's still on the sideline.
Oh, we got lots of time though. We got a minute 14. We don't have to panic. We don't have to panic.
3rd and 10. They didn't give Kunkel anything on either one of those
Don't
runs.
have to panic.
Kunkel takes the snap. Here comes some heat.
Got him.
Puts it up.
Got him. Oh.
Just a little too
Yes,
far
a
for
little too
Cole
long.
McGinnis. Stops the
That's
clock
Cole
with
McGinnis
1
is
minute.
Good route,
Be
good
fourth down.
pass. Cole split both of them. Comfort just a little bit
Too
too
much
much
area.
area. Yep. He had him. Great
And there was
call.
kind of double coverage there, so that makes me
Yeah,
wonder
they
is somebody
bracketed him.
isolating on the other side.
That's where Schichtel would come in
Yep.
handy right now.
So Tavin Miller's going to come in. It's 4th and 10.
Tavin comes in. We like to run that screen pass to him. So
I hate to bring this up. We've got 1:01 and the clock is stopped. We need to get this first down. The ball is only on the 42-yard line.
or keep the clock
Stay in
running.
bounds.
Yep.
Well, it'll stop if we don't get the first down because it'll be turned over on downs. This is a big
Absolutely.
play.
Yep.
And we're going to have...
Oh my gosh, he just wasted his
And
last
called by the Ramblers.
What on earth? Wow. McBain uses a timeout on a 4th and 10 on the Lake City's on the McBain 42-yard line.
That leaves them with no timeouts.
Leaves them with no timeouts. So neither team has any timeouts left. 101. I have to think Coach Maloney saw something that he just did not like, because I would think he would try to keep that timeout in his back pocket.
Well, also, I think the time they had the ball before that in offense, he wasn't in too big a hurry, so I think he's playing for overtime.
I think he might have a point there anyway.
I think that's exactly what he wants to do.
Play for overtime, run plays, but not,
Right,
if
yeah.
I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
Yep.
I'm not going to run some double reverse or try to do anything crazy. If we can run it, get a 50-yard run, I'll take it. But I'm with you, Steve. I think he's just not playing for overtime. Lake City is not. 4th and 10 from the 42-yard line, 1:01 to go. Kunkel. It's like a jailbreak screen or something. He's going to try and make a play. And this, wow, he's just running around to Kingdom Come, doing his best Michael Vick. He's going to throw it up. It's going to be intercepted by McBain. They need to get this player down. We do have a flag, I believe. The only good part about that is the play took forever. Waiting to see a signal. We're going to have an officials conference. I think it's a legal man downfield.
That's an interception.
Darren Kunkel ran around forever. Yeah, that's that signal, right?
That's hard on those big guys.
And like I said, Darren Kunkel ran around forever. I almost wonder if that was part of Coach Smith's plan in that timeout. Say, hey, Darren Kunkel, take the snap, run it back 10 yards, and run around and try and make a play happen. Legal man downfield, of course, declined. And McBain will have the ball right shy of midfield, 40 seconds. And to be blunt, I don't know what they're going to do because they have kept us scratching our heads for a little bit. The only thing to be real careful of is if you go too deep into a zone and allow them to get, I mean, who knows what we're going to see. If you let them get up to the 30-yard line, the 20-yard line, might he try and kick a field goal? I wouldn't put it past him. So you need to watch out. But I don't.
We're going to have another crazy ending to this
Correct me if I'm
rivalry.
wrong. I don't think we've seen McBain with a successful forward pass tonight.
No.
So they're going to be in the power formation. Pena Perez out wide. 40 seconds. And they are going to run it. Rosenbaugh goes out to the right. Going to be tackled. I think Steven is exactly correct. Coach Maloney's going to play for overtime. They have a player at 20 yards down the field. Keep an eye on that. And they got to get up to the line of scrimmage. Rosenbaugh downs it, so maybe they aren't playing for overtime just yet.
Maybe they saw the same thing you saw with number 1 ran right by the corner.
So that was a running play, but a McBain player, I don't know if it was a busted coverage. He was running
free.
He's going to use a different terminology. Steven probably bailed me out there. Wide open.
Yes, he was wide open.
So 3rd and 10 on the down, no yardage. Keep an eye on Pena Perez. We just saw it on the play previous. They're going to split Pena Perez out to the right side now.
They're isolating him against McLeod.
And that's about a foot difference, roughly. So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 10. As crazy as this sounds, if they try to throw it, which they do.
He's going to pick it off.
He's going to pick it off.
Good.
So Ian McLeod, we've seen some crazy stuff. What else do you expect from this rivalry? An
got one more
interception by
chance.
Ian McLeod. 13 seconds. Lake City will have the ball on about the 35-yard line of their own territory, not in McBain territory. They were trying to get it to Pena Perez. It wasn't even close. Ian McLeod caught it. I don't think he expected to catch it. If he would have had his eyes up, he probably could have got 15, 20 yards on a return. 13 seconds, probably enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays, depending on what Lake City can do.
We've seen crazier things happen.
We have seen some crazy things happen tonight and last year in this rivalry. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Kunkel in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. And he's going to be set. No timeouts. And ladies and gentlemen, what would you expect any less here on the all-new 106.1, 1240 WATT at 14-14 and at 9:30 at night.
No place I'd rather be.
We're going to overtime. So, I will do my best, and Stephen Hanel will correct me if need be. Overtime involves a coin toss. It's much different than the NFL. A coin toss. The team that wins it will usually take the ball first, and they will have a fresh set of downs from the 25-yard line, correct?
Yes, I do agree with you, but I think the team that wins the toss will
You're
defer
right,
and play
yes.
defense first.
No, the logic monster got me there in my brain. That would not make any sense. Yes, the team that wins the toss.
Then they know what they have to do.
Then they know what they have to do. And once again, the thing to watch, I hate to bring it up again, we've seen some crazy decisions. If McBain were to win it, I think they would most definitely defer, thinking that if worse came to worse and they held Lake City out of the end zone,
They can kick a field goal.
kick a field goal. So this coin toss will be big. So those of you tuning in and joining us on the radio, you get to listen to a 42-year-old man talk about 60-year-old men throwing a coin toss in the grass. This thing we call American football. So we're taking our sweet time getting the captains out here to do it.
What a game, though.
What a game. Last year we went to overtime. If you remember what happened, if my memory serves me right, Lake City scored and got the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
McBain scored. McBain went for the 2-point conversion, and Lake City stopped them on the 1 to each yard.
Yep.
So this will be interesting. So obviously last year Lake City won the coin toss. Chose said defer. Once again, the NFL and college and everybody always tries to change the rules to leave the outcome of the game in the hands of a quarter. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think we have one more sponsor to get in. This is prime time for that sponsor, and we're going to let them get a chance to bring it in.
Absolutely.
And you don't need to hear us describing a coin toss any further. So if I get Dean Armstrong to help me out here on the board, we will get one of our last fine sponsors in. We're sponsored by the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center. Get started on your career path today. Remax Realty, Gene Frangley. Fox Motors Cadillac, only the best. Classic Chevrolet, all roads lead to classic. And our stream is sponsored by Lake City Family Pharmacy. Lake City Family Pharmacy, serving you on a personal level. And I don't think we are going to get that 30-second break that I wanted in. So you are going to listen to your friendly hometown announcer talk about a quarter. I think I've only done 2 overtime games since I have been doing these fine Lake City sports, and both of them have been in this M66 rivalry. Officials have made some type of signal. I have no idea what it means, but everybody's staring at a coin. Once again, gotta love American football. Officials will make some signals. Maybe Stephen Hanel can think Lake City's gonna have the ball first, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So it looks like McBain might have won the toss, which means they defer, but once again, the decision making, who knows? And once again, I hate to belabor the point. I think the interesting thing to watch, we've seen, Coach Maloney has a lot of confidence in his kicker. He kicked and missed when he had a chance to take the lead on a 2-point conversion. He kicked and missed. If Lake City can't punch this ball in, and the offense has been a little stagnant of late, just got to call it how it is. If Lake City can't get this in, the interesting thing to watch will be what will McBain do offensively. Do they play for a field goal?
What yard line are they putting the ball on? The 10?
Sure looks like it's on the 10. So I think I might have had my rules mixed up a little bit. It's not the 20 or the 25. I think that's a college thing. I think in high school you start on the 10. You got 4 downs to just get it in. You don't even bother with the extra 10 yards, the extra set of downs. First and goal from the 10-yard line. One thing you do not have to hear me say for the rest of the night is the time. All these downs are untimed. It's an untimed overtime. We've got some extra football for you here on 106.1, 1240 WATT. First and goal. Kunkel in the shotgun. He's going to pass it.
Touchdown.
We got a touchdown. That did not take long.
What a great play. Hey, that's just stop. They've been running the read all night, They ran the read. Kunkel stepped up. tight end he is. Right down the middle of the field, touchdown.
I believe it was Blake Brown.
It was. Number 12, Blake Brown.
So 20-14, the all-important two-point conversion coming up.
What a call.
Lake City has not kicked it really all year. And I bet we're going to see Coach Smith telling Darren Kunkel, now do the read option. Trust your feet. Take it in. We'll see. 20-14.
We're going Darren Kunkel to the left-hand side behind Miller and Heltzel.
And you are correct, Steve. And Kunkel's going to have to make a play. And he does.
What a block. What a block by Miller. What a block by Heltzel.
Yeah, it did not look like when it
Miller's
started.
not there, but those two boys put their helmets on. Well, they had their helmets on, but they put their helmets right in those shoulder pads and drove those guys out of the way. Great job.
So the good news is,
We're up.
try and get the rules straight for you here. I've already messed up a few times.
We
Unless
can't
these
lose.
officials have got a strange 9-point play that we don't know about,
We can't lose.
we're going to double overtime at least.
Yep.
Because Lake City got the maximum points allowable, 22-14. They got 8 points. And now
Come on.
McBain, 1st and 10. They get to try and match.
Come on, boys.
We've seen Bryce Acom, not a lot doing.
We've seen a lot of Rodenbaugh, though.
We've seen a lot of Rodenbaugh. We've seen a lot of this peculiar off-center power.
That's a split.
Spread look.
It's a split tackle. 2 wings right behind that split. That gets us a good down block, and then lead blockers through it.
Rodenbaugh waiting for the snap. He's going to run off to that side. He's going to be tackled short of the end zone. So Goodson
He's at 6, so pick up a 4.
pick up a 4.
Cash Britson in on that stop.
Good job by Cash
Second down.
Brinson holding his own there.
Once again, the key thing to remember is we have not seen, we don't believe, McBain complete a pass all night. So they're going to call it. They only gave him 3. 2nd and 7. 2nd and goal from the 7. No time. Untimed overtime. Rodenbaugh waiting for the snap. Different look. They moved over to the left side now. Rodenbaugh's going to run to the left. They had him. He cut it upfield. He's going to be close.
It's going to be
And we're
Third down
he's
and
down to about the
3.
3-yard line.
About the 3-yard
This is
line.
third down.
So that's where a 2-point conversion comes from. So I guarantee you this is situational football, some stuff that Lake City's practice. 3rd and goal from the 3. 2 plays. Seen some crazy stuff tonight. Legal shift, a bit of false start would be huge. 22-14, Lake City lead. We are in overtime. Rodenbaugh waiting to snap. He's going to run off to the
Oh,
right
that
side.
was Acom. Oh, they got it. You're right, that was
A
Rodenbaugh.
little bit of a second effort.
Touchdown,
Quarterback was kind of
Rabbit.
stoned on the line of scrimmage.
And
But
about
ladies and
8
gentlemen,
to the end zone.
McBain's got to go for 2,
Rodenbaugh's having a tough time getting up.
which will be interesting. So Rodenbaugh, the quarterback, gets it in, not tied up. 22-20 is the Lake City lead.
Oh, wouldn't it be great to end it just like it
That's
did
how it
last year?
ended last year.
Yep.
We'll see
Stopped
what
him on the
Roden-
2-point conversion.
Rodenbaugh's going to come, and I almost wonder
Coach is going to call
he's going to use
timeout.
timeout to make sure Rodenbaugh's okay. Because I think he knows, maybe, I thought I heard a whistle.
Yes, he called it.
Yeah, he's going to use the
He's-
timeout. His quarterback, Rodenbaugh, got up pretty slow after he
Oh,
ran it in for the
probably.
touchdown.
Well, he took a shot from Heltzel right at the goal line.
And boy, these are why coaches make the big bucks, and that's a little facetious, tongue-in-cheek. These coaches don't get enough money for the hard work they pour into our kids. But these are the decisions and the difficult things. Once again, McBain has used a timeout. They need this 2-point conversion to take it to a 2nd overtime. But the reason why they took this timeout, which I think is the only one they get, if
Yep.
we go to double, I don't know if they get another one.
And I don't think it
I don't
resets,
know.
but I'm not positive.
I've already
You and I
slipped
need
up
to
a few times.
You and I need to brush up on this stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. If I live the rest of my life as a broadcaster, and not do any more overtime games, I'll be fine. These games are a little hard on the old ticker, but anyway, the timeout was used because Rodenbaugh got up very slow, and Coach Maloney knows that he needs him to get this 2-point conversion in. And I think with that timeout too, you have to think he's probably gonna run Rodenbaugh. Because if you weren't,
We have nothing to lose. Coach is going to go all out stunt. He's bringing everybody.
you really don't.
He's bringing everybody.
Here's exactly right. You really have nothing to lose. You got the lead. They're going to bring the house at Rodenbaugh.
Yes,
strength
they
on
are.
strength, see if we can do it. And
Got it.
gets in. And he was kind of tripped up right about the 1 yard line. And if he was 6'3" and not 6'4", this game might be over. He reached out, got the ball over the line of scrimmage, and we are going to a second overtime. Now, let's test my lack of overtime knowledge rules once again. I believe we come down to the other side of the field,
Yes.
and
we do.
McBain will get the ball first.
Yes.
After they put a minute up on the clock, we're down to 40 seconds. And so now we get an interesting decision. We get to see what McBain does. And once again, I'll be honest with you, Lake City, 2 plays, touchdown, and conversion. McBain had to earn that one. So if there is something to take away from the early part of overtime, the first overtime, if you want to call it that, I think Lake City looks a little bit more peppier, for lack of a better word. And I think if McBain tries to run it in 4 straight plays from the 10-yard line, I don't know if they've got that in them, because I think Lake City knows what they're going to get from McBain. I think McBain, a little bit, has to be guessing a little bit what they're going to get from Lake City on the offensive end. But McBain does get the ball first. We have not changed that, so that was one part of the rules that I messed up. But the second overtime will commence very shortly.
We need a stone.
Rodenbaugh waiting for the snap. He's going to run off the left side. He got something. Looked like it could have been more. So somebody closed up that hole quickly. They're going to give him 3. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. And once again, I think we still have a play clock. It's an untimed overtime.
Yeah, we have a play
You can't
clock.
take 10 minutes to get your play off, so we'll keep an eye on the back touch. Still doesn't have his hand up, and McBain's going pretty slowly. 2nd and goal from the 7. There's not much doing. If he got anything, it's 1. It's been all Rodenbaugh, so we got to watch for Acom, watch for maybe a pass. McBain's done some crazy stuff in this game. They're going to give him a yard, I'm not sure how. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong or I hope I'm right and works for Lake City. I don't know how often you can go to the well, watch Acom, watch the 6'4" Pena Perez on the outside. I believe if Lake City was to get an interception, the play would be dead. I don't think you can end the game in overtime on an interception.
I'd love them to throw the ball right here.
That's what and they look like they're going to, and it's
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yep. So now it's going to be 4th and goal. I almost said 4th and game.
Love it.
Because even if Lake City, even if they can keep McBain out of the end zone, Lake City still has to score. This would be huge if they can force McBain to go
Is he going to
0.
kick it?
I was just
Or
going to
is
say
he
the
gonna
same
go
thing.
for it?
Might he kick it? He went. It was a good play call. We said I can't believe they would pass it. That was actually a pretty good play call. Whoever that was open. The pass was just a little too long, and I think they do get another timeout because they're going to use it.
Yes, they are.
So, if anything, it's just a little bit of gamesmanship by Coach Maloney.
No, this is perfect.
If you have the timeout, you can at least come out of this huddle having Lake City guessing what you're going to do. Are you going to run something on 4th and 6, or are you going to try and kick it? What do you think he's going to do, Steven?
Oh, he's going to go for it. He's not
Go
going to
for
kick it, especially after missing that extra point. And I'm glad he threw the ball there because now he put himself in a situation of it's tough. It's a tough road to get 8 yards
4th and
on
6
this
is tough. Yeah.
it's a tough road to get that many yards on this defense when they know what's coming.
Yep.
So he's going to have to either put in a little
Wrinkle.
a little wrinkle or a play he hasn't run tonight, or he's going to have to throw the ball again.
I think he's kicking it. I think he's kicking it. It would be a 22-yard field goal, 23-yard field goal.
What they on the 6 and 7 yards back, 13 and 10 yards, 23-yard field goal. He's going for it.
You'll find out very shortly here what we do.
And he's going straight spread.
One
He's
back.
going one back. It's empty. It's empty backfield.
Empty backfield, you're right. Interesting. These officials have had a lot of surprises.
We got some cars in the parking lot. They have their headlights on down here on this end zone.
So,
there. We need to have
what
turn
more
your
would you
lights off,
expect
please.
on this crazy night? They've stopped the game because some cars next to
So,
the
if you can
football
hear me,
field
you
have
turn
their
your headlights
headlights
off.
on. So if you're in a car and you're listening to us on 106.1, 1240 WATT,
Shut your headlights off.
shut your headlights off. We got an important play here, and I need to get to bed.
And they are going.
My son's got an 8 o'clock cross country meet tomorrow, so we gotta get this thing done here. And they're still waiting. So what hasn't this game had? This definitely falls into something I have never seen.
Be good to have brick ball back right now.
Yep.
To plug a hole up for us right now. Yep. He's up at Tech doing well. I think
The lights are off.
He didn't come back for homecoming because his homecoming is the same day tomorrow. So.
And he lives in Canada.
Yeah, he's in another country almost. So.
4th and goal from the 6. Fans are up. You can probably hear them. This is a huge play. I shouldn't need to say that. As Steven has said, McBain has gone empty. Nobody in the backfield. And we got a flag.
He's gonna have a false start.
I think Lake City called timeout. I
Okay,
think
good.
Coach Smith did not like what he saw on the empty formation. I think he was, the little game switch was there. I think he was waiting as close to the snap as he could to see if they did any motion, to see if they did anything. And right before the snap, he called a timeout, and he's going to tell his guys what to look for. Now we'll see if Coach Maloney comes out in a different look.
Chess match.
The chess match continues. This is
Yep.
akin to what you see in basketball, where a team comes out of a timeout and they're going to throw it in on their own basket, and the coach uses a timeout. As a guy who loves basketball, likes to think you know a lot, I've never quite understood what you gain from that. I mean, there's only so much stuff you can run. In a situation like this, I think that's a pretty good move by Coach Smith. Gives you an idea what they're going to do. Once again, 4th and goal from the 6 is not a gimme. I think he's going to go empty, and I think he's going to tell Rosenblatt to do it.
It's going to be a run pass option.
I don't think he wants to throw it.
It's an RPO. They're going to roll him out, move him around a little bit. If he can run it, he's going to run it. If he can't run it, he's going to look for somebody.
Empty backfield. Rosenblatt waiting for the snap. High snap. Throws out to his right. He's looking.
Nobody. Great play. That's a great play by Ian McLeod. No flag. Ian McLeod in his hip pocket, puts his hand in there and knocks the ball down. What a great play by that young man.
Steven was exactly right. It was an RPO. Ball rolled out to his right. Threw it kind of across his body. He did have a man somewhat open, but Ian McLeod got in there and knocked it away. More importantly, the officials kept the laundry in their pocket.
They're letting the kids play.
And now Lake City's got 4 downs.
To score.
If you want to get really crazy, wild night, they really have 3 because they just need a point.
That's right.
I don't know what Tristan Silvers has got in him.
Well, that freshman would be, nervous.
We know he can kick off.
Oh, he can do it. He can nervous.
We know he can kick off. All you need is a point.
We're going to score.
So Lake City ball, 1st and goal from the 10. No time.
We're going to score.
2 backs next to Kunkel on the right. Kunkel's going to run it. Cuts up the middle. He's got some penetration.
That's perfect. We're at 5-yard line. Perfect. 5 yards.
It's about 5.
Perfect.
The important thing to watch here is Lake City did use their timeout on defense. So these plays need to come in pretty quickly because they won't be able to stop it if the play
Doesn't
comes in
start
slow.
until he blows his whistle.
Photographer's talking to the back judge there. I think I've ever seen anything like that. So
Keep him
hopefully-
distracted so he
hopefully he's
doesn't
not
know how to
paying
count.
attention to his
That's right.
watch.
Hopefully he doesn't know how to count when somebody's talking to him.
2nd and goal from the 5.
Actually, that's Ian McLeod's mom. She does photography for the
Hands
team.
up.
Touchdown.
Kunkel up the
Touchdown.
middle.
Touchdown.
Dances
Game's
a little
over.
bit. No sir.
Oh, give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, he's on the 6-inch. He's on the 4-inch line. Line up under center.
We ain't gonna
Quarterback
kick-
sneak. Just
we ain't
like
gonna
he did.
kick it now.
Oh, we ain't kicking now.
2 plays for 6 inches and the M66 trophy.
Stays at home.
We'll see what Darren Kunkel can do here.
Starting that shotgun, go right up underneath center. Like the sneak we have for 5.
He's a great athlete. Get up, young man.
Yep. Jump.
Take a run.
That's right.
Take a run.
Do something. Here we go.
They're going to go 2 backs to the right. That surprises me a little. Kunkel gets in.
Got it. Yeah.
Lake City has won.
Yeah.
28 to 22. It's double overtime.
Atta boy. There we go. Big game right there. Yes. Well deserved. Well deserved. Hats go off to McBain, though.
Hats off
to them. They're not feeling so great right now. They played a heck of a football game, but we just played a little tougher tonight.
Woo! Woo! And we're out of sponsors, so we will keep it here. We might even try to get 5 mics here and there. Play out a little bit, see if you can hear the fans. The sirens are on.
Fire
Teams
trucks.
are coming in midfield to shake hands.
What another thriller.
And the M66 rivalry stays here at Lake City High School
North of the
for the
north of
second
the
straight
clam.
year in dramatic fashion. Last year, I'm going to call it what it is. This was fun. It doesn't get much more dramatic than a 30-0 comeback and a victory in overtime.
This is
But
good.
double overtime is right up there.
Yes, it is.
And like I said, we'll lay out a little where we can, see how quickly it takes to get this trophy presentation. In my memory, they do it right on the field. I think they get a wireless mic out there and let Coach Smith talk. And if that happens somewhat quickly, but we got a lot to talk about, Steven, and a lot going on in front of us here. I'll do the bad announcer thing and just lay out here. How'd Lake City win this game? What can you chalk it up to?
Defensive adjustment.
Yep.
Exactly what it was. Defensive adjustment and that stand by those guys right there in double overtime. That defense came up and made 3 big plays there and put McBain in a situation they didn't want to be in. So that's what it comes down to. Defense just made some adjustments, and I'm going to tell you what, T. Council, I don't know how many tackles he had, but he had a heck of a lot of tackles playing that linebacker position tonight.
And we've got gymnastics going on out on the field. Try to bring that to you. I think Darren Kunkel just did a backflip. Tavin Miller done some tumbling himself, I think, too. He just did a little bit of a tumble there.
Here we go.
We are celebrating. Darren Kunkel's coming over to get some water. What a gutty performance by him. Looked like he had gotten hurt or maybe had a cramp. But Darren Kunkel brings it in from the 1-inch yard line.
So if we could paint a picture for you right now, it's
Both teams are
both teams standing there with their helmets on 10 yards away from each other.
23.
We'll lay out just a little bit. You'll hear a little bit of dead air as this trophy presentation is always fun. It was especially emotional last year. Don't think we got a microphone out. 2 years ago, actually, the last 2 years preceding, so what are we, 2022? 2023. 22 and 21, it was won by the McBain Ramblers, or
20 and 21.
20 and 21, it was won by the McBain Ramblers. Last year it was won by Lake City, and it will stay here another year. And Lord knows you don't need me to